Well, that is my voice, and in case you're wondering who I am exactly, you may call me V. I'm a graduate of Master of Arts in English Language and Literature Teaching. I have 10 years of experience teaching in college. I used to be a broadcast DJ too, and I used to work for the business process outsourcing industry too. Right now, I'm a private tutor, business owner, and a young content creator here on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. Keep on watching and don't forget to click like and subscribe. I'd love to do more videos for you guys. Happy learning! Much love! Mwah! Hello, lovies! In case you're wondering whose voice you hear each time you watch videos on this channel, well, that is my voice. And in case you're wondering who I am exactly, you may call me V. I'm a graduate of Master of Arts in English Language and Literature Teaching. I have 10 years of experience teaching in college. I used to be a broadcast DJ too, and I used to work for the business process outsourcing industry too. Right now, I'm a private tutor, business owner, and a young content creator here on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. Keep on watching and don't forget to click like and subscribe. I'd love to do more videos for you guys. Happy learning! Much love! Mwah! Good evening, lovies. Welcome to another episode of Ask V. Today is August 3, 2020. It's a Monday. How was your weekend? I hope you are all well and in great health. It is exactly 7:01 in the evening. My name is V and I have a channel on YouTube. And just in case you haven't subscribed to it yet, please do subscribe. And to all those who already did, thank you very much. I love you guys. All right. Tonight will be another exciting and informative episode because we will dive into another interesting topic. And like always, I encourage you to join the discussion. Let us know your insights and your questions if there will be, and feel free to share your opinions. By the way, we are simultaneously live streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and this is being recorded. So you may rewatch this at any moment you like. And if you are watching the replay right now, hello to you guys. Thank you so much. In this episode, we shall explore the topic jealousy, what it is, where it comes from, and how does it occur in a person and how to cope with it. So to join in our conversation tonight, it's not really a surprise anymore because you can see them on your screen right now. I have invited not one, but two of my closest friends and used to be colleagues in the academe. And you guys may know them if you have watched my previous live streams. In fact, we can consider them my resident guests and co-hosts. So without much further ado, lovies, welcome back my resident co-hosts, Sir Drew and Miss Kim. Hi, guys.
Hi, thank you so much, Miss V. And hello, lovies. Welcome back again. And I'm here and I'm with Drew and Miss V. I hope you'll enjoy the time being. Yeah, ganon.
Ganon, pak.
Ganon.
Yes. Sir Drew.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Hi, V. Hi, Kim. I hope you're all doing well. And of course, to all of our listeners and our viewers, na safe silang lahat.
Kumusta kayo? How have you been? How was your weekend?
Ah, it was really tiring but fulfilling, you know. Maraming ginagawa, maraming ganap, pero carry
Mhm.
lang. Ikaw, Drew, kamusta ka, Andrew?
Totoo yun, maraming ganun. Papalapit na kasi na papalapit yung mga hinihintay natin.
Oo nga, mga mga deadlines. May pasok na tayo sa Wednesday, mga kababayan. Oo.
Oo nga, yung mga school na maggo-go online na. They will
Mm-mm.
start the school year this August, tama?
Yes, tama. So, August 5 na po kami sa HAU. Hello mga
Ayan.
ka-HAU. Kamusta po?
Oo. Good luck sa inyo guys ha.
Oo. Salamat.
Okay.
Salamat sa pag-good luck.
Oo. Alright.
Oo nga.
Or parang hindi ako sanay sa inyo, medyo behave kayo. Kaninang off the air pa tayo, ang gulo-gulo natin. Parang ngayon kalmado kayo, ah.
Kailangan
Kalmado
eh.
kami. Kalmado. Oo, nakaano yan. Ayan, okay,
Ano
Okay.
ko
okay.
image projection.
Ganun ba? Ayun, sa ating
Oo.
mga manunood, meron na tayong 11,000 viewers sa
Hi, hello
YouTube
sa
at
mga
saka sa
11,000
Facebook.
pieces. Ay, pieces viewers. 11,000
Oo.
pieces.
Hello to you guys. Let's just say hello quickly to the early birds before we start the topic formally. Hello to Yanni, Ariana, Alison, Rojas, Carlos. Nechi, who is also watching. Hello, babe.
Hi,
Clarice Dunlas.
Nechi.
Hi, Clang. James Callow is also watching. Jessica Dayreet, Melissa Mayangara, Zion Edison Vitog, Aljane Mikey Julao. Hello, dear. And Mary Joyce Duca is also watching. And yep, she's joined the live. Okay. So, Sir Drew, Ma'am Kim, thank you so much for gracing the show tonight. I know that, you're busy as always, and I really appreciate it that you made time for the show, as always.
Of
And
course.
tonight our topic is all about jealousy. Okay?
Ay,
So,
Why?
gusto ko
uh-huh.
yan.
Bakit yun?
Gusto ko yung jealousy na yan.
A little backstory. Kasi nung isang araw, merong nag-message sa akin. So, syempre,
Oh.
hindi ko na sasabihin kung sino. And then, she confided to me a situation wherein she got jealous. She's in a relationship and she got jealous. And then she said, is it okay that we talk about this stuff on your next live stream? And I said, sige, why not? And so the topic for tonight is all about jealousy or pagsiselos. I wouldn't really ask you both if you've experienced jealousy before because I know at one point everybody did,
Of course.
right? Because
Mm-mm.
That
this is
is
not
true.
a new concept in our society, definitely. And most often, we treat this emotion as a regular or ordinary feeling since a lot of us, if not all of us, had experienced this before at one point. And some view it as a healthy manifestation of feelings, while others may see it as a destructive or dangerous emotion. So, tonight, we will try to dig deeper so we may better understand ourselves as we go through the bittersweet pangs of jealousy. Okay, so let me begin by asking you both, Sir Drew and Miss Kim, how do you view jealousy?
Ako, siguro personally, no, lahat naman tayo nagseselos na, may pinagselosan and everything. Normal lang naman yung jealousy, part siya ng emotions natin. Hindi natin siya pwedeng baliwalain kasi minsan maganda na nagseselos ka kasi takot kang mawala yung tao, pero minsan sobrang negative naman pag parang umabot ka na dun sa point na parang hindi na tama yung selos. Parang lahat na lang pinagseselosan mo. So, merong negative at positive jealousy for me. Ayun, gano'n. Sir Drew?
Mm-hmm.
Well, for one thing, let me go back to sa sinabi mo na everyone is able to is or has
Mm-mm.
or is experiencing jealousy. So we've all been there. It's no doubt.
Mhm.
Um, and that is it part of a relationship? Well, it's part of the struggles. Kasali siya sa
Mm.
mga kalbaryong kailangan pagdadaanan ng dalawang mag-partners.
Mhm.
Um, but jealousy in a more objective way of defining it, it's a lot of complex emotions
Mm-hmm.
ranging from feelings of suspicion to rage
Mm.
to
Mhm.
fear and humiliation. So um, I think you mentioned a while ago na dahil nga lahat tayo, of all ages to. So, hindi lang siya
Mm-mm.
para nakafocus sa romantic relationships. We
Totoo.
also experience jealousy. Uh, Children experience jealousy. Ang
Mm-mm.
mga ang mga lolo at lola natin, yeah, they also
Mm-mm.
experience jealousy. So, hindi lang siya nakalimit sa idea of
Romantic.
relationships or romantic relationships.
Mm-mm.
Exactly. I agree to both of you. And before I define really or share to you the definition of jealousy, a quick hello lang to Chea. Hi, Chea. Thank you for joining the live. She said, Hi, Ate Katlea Bianca. Talagang kinumpleto niya yung pangalan ko.
Oh,
Anyway, thank you for
pinapagalitan ka.
joining the live. Oo. Diba? Not everybody knows my full name. So, but yeah.
Katlea,
Anyway.
Bianca.
Oo.
Uh-uh. Ayan. So anyway, I'll be sharing to you guys now a very good definition of jealousy that I saw from the
Mm-hmm.
internet. And this is the biblical definition of jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
So according
Okay.
to the Bible, jealousy is defined as a very watchful or careful way of guarding or keeping. And it is not synonymous to envy, which means a feeling of discontent or ill will. Okay? So para maintindihan lang nating lahat, sabi ng Biblia, wow, preacher yung dating.
Wow!
Wow.
May
Nice.
holy light ka dyan.
Oo.
Oo.
Well, according to the Bible, jealousy nga is a very watchful or careful way of guarding or keeping. Ibig sabihin, you own something or you
Mm-hmm.
actually own, not really
Mm-mm.
own, but parang somebody belongs to you already or something belongs to you already. And you
Mm-hmm.
would like to keep watch or guard that something or person very carefully because that person or thing is really important or significant to you. Okay?
Mm-mm.
On the other hand naman, it's not synonymous to envy, which means you want something that the other person possesses. Okay, so if you look at it, the biblical definition of jealousy, it's really not a negative feeling at all because it
Mm-hmm.
only shows, kagaya nung sinabi ni Miss Kim kanina, it only
Mm-mm.
shows that you are giving importance to that person or to that
Mm-mm.
something that, rightfully belongs to you, diba? What do
It's
you think?
true. Oo, totoo naman kasi. I mean, yung pagseselos naman kasi, for me, kunwari, eto na lang, siguro napakasimpleng analogy. Um, Sabihin na nating boyfriend mo. Ayan,
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend ko 'to, 'di ba? Okay lang o 'di may mga nagkakagusto sa'yo, okay lang kasi at least 'di ba parang na-appreciate nila yung boyfriend mo, kasi parang ayan napakasuwerte mo boyfriend mo siya, yung mga gano'ng okay lang sa'kin. Pero meron kasing time na parang hindi naman 'to negative, 'pag alam mo kasi naramdaman mo bilang babae na yung kapwa mo babae alam mo na hindi lang siya humahanga pero lampas pa dun sa paghanga yung nararamdaman niya doon sa boyfriend mo, parang ibang level ng jealousy na yung mararamdaman ko do'n. Hindi naman masama yun kasi boyfriend kita, eh. So, technically pagka may gustong umagaw sa'yo, mang-agaw sa'yo, o sabihin na natin, sorry for the word, mangharot sa'yo, siyempre automatic na yun na magseselos ako bilang girlfriend niya. Kaya dapat alam din ng mga tao o siyempre kapwa mo babae kung saan nila dapat ilulugar yung mga sarili nila. Pero at the end of the day, yung pagseselos ko dun sa part na yun, hindi yun masama. Kasi boyfriend ko siya. 'Di
Mm-hmm.
ba? Gets niyo ba? Yung
Yes.
gano'ng ano, oo. Sana
Oo.
naintindihan niyo. Mm.
Kung ibe-base talaga natin siya dun sa biblical definition ng jealousy, you're just keeping watch nga or
Oo.
carefully guarding or keeping what is yours, whether that be your boyfriend, a person, a girlfriend,
Mm.
wife, husband, or a possession, a thing, di ba?
Mm.
What about you, Sir Drew?
Medyo, first and foremost, naramdaman, medyo ramdam yung sinasabi ni Kim.
Drama mo ba?
Lumalabas sa, lumalabas sa screen yung ano, yung mga salita. Parang,
Oo,
oh
ano
my God. Bakit may pinanggagalingan yata?
hindi, kasi lahat naman 'di ba, kailangan may emosyon tayong iparamdam pati yung mga audience mahalo, ganyan. Mahal.
Sabagay. That's true. Pero
Mm.
anyways, yun nga. Sa akin ang take ko, um, first and foremost, for jealousy, there will always be two meanings about it. One that would be that's acceptable, and the other one that is not. Acceptable meaning kailangan siya sa relationship, at yung isa naman hindi siya kailangan kasi sabi mo nga kanina, Vina, it's destructive at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but if you consider it in a biblical definition of it, on how we try to put meaning into those words, let's focus on the word guarding. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
according to evolution, oh wow, ang ano ko, ang smart ko doon.
According to evolution.
Witty ka dyan sa part na yan, friend. Oo.
according to, sorry,
Hindi kita
according to,
napalakpak.
according,
Yeah?
that's new. Well,
Uh-huh.
anyways, according to evolutionary psychologists, sabi daw nila na the feeling of jealousy is not something that we need to suppress. Hindi natin siya kailangang isantabi. Rather, it's
Mm-hmm.
something like it's something that we need to heed.
Mm-mm.
Kumbaga,
Mm-mm.
sabi nga this sa Bible, it's something pang signal siya para mag-guard tayo. So
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
basically, it's a signal or a wake-up call na yung mga bagay na na binibigyan natin ng halaga
Mm-hmm.
is in danger na mawala
Mm-mm.
sa atin. So what do we need to do? We need to take into consideration many steps,
Mm-hmm.
complicated steps, to regain the affection of that particular person or thing or friend. Yan.
Mm-mm.
So nakikita natin in that respect na necessary ang jealousy. Kaya siguro
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
diyan natin nakikita na kapag, di ba sinasabi nga nila, kung mahal, nagkiselos ako dahil mahal kita.
Mahal
Yun
kita.
yung
Oo.
typical idea natin. But once
Oo.
again, there will always be two meanings about it. There will always be two parties on how they define jealousy. One that is
Oo.
acceptable and the other one that is not.
Mm-mm.
Yan.
Yep.
Totoo.
All right.
Ang smart ko
Very
doon.
good.
Very smart, very witty. I like that. I like the
Yeah.
answer. Damang-dama ko yung pagka-pure nung jealousy ni Andrew.
You deserve another applause. Ayan.
Oo.
Natawa ako sa applause na yun. Grabe
Gusto
yan.
mo
True.
yan?
Oo,
Especially marami
gusto
tayong
mo.
audience. No, anyway, if that's how we view jealousy actually, so we may establish that, yun nga, jealousy is just keeping watch of what is rightfully yours or what
Mm-hmm.
belongs to you because you're
Mm-mm.
afraid that you might lose it, right?
Yes.
There's this trigger or this external factor that, gives you this hint na, oh, you have to guard something or you have to guard someone because, yun nga, something might happen and that something may affect to you losing that something or the
Mm-mm.
person. And
Mm-mm.
then the bottom line is if you are jealous, something or someone is already yours,
Mm-hmm.
right? However, due to different factors or triggers, yun nga, you may feel that baka mawala siya sa'yo. But even the
Mm-mm.
Bible sees jealousy as a good thing because it manifests how important we view that thing or person in our lives is. And then we have a question right here from Sir Denden Vashrudin. Hello, thank you for
Oh,
joining our
hello,
live.
Sir Denden. Hello
Hi
po.
po,
One of
sir.
our resident viewers. Sabi niya, is jealousy belonging to the act of selfishness? What do you think, sir, ma'am?
Kim.
Does jealousy belong to the act of
Selfishness. May
selfishness?
level kasi, I mean, may level ng, kumbaga sa game, may level 1 to 10, mga ganun. Pero for
Mm-hmm.
me, siguro depende sa sitwasyon. Pero ako, I don't see it na it's an act of selfishness if something or someone belongs to you. Sabi
Mm-hmm.
niyo nga kanina, parang we're just protecting those things or those people who are important and dear to us. Hindi naman
Mm-hmm.
pagiging selfish pag nagselos ka eh. Hindi siya
Yep.
automatic na nagseselos ako, akin ka lang, akin ka lang. Hindi naman ganun yun eh. Parang nararamdaman mo lang siya, pero hindi naman ibig sabihin nun is nagiging selfish ka pag nagseselos ka. Yun lang yung take ko doon, ha? Mm-mm.
Yes. What about you, Sir
Ganon.
Drew? Is jealousy synonymous to selfishness?
Well, for one thing, parang before ako mag-start, lagi ko sinasabi for one thing, no?
Mm-mm.
Um,
Naka-trademark na
uh,
sa'yo yun.
oo nga. Um, jealousy is a painful emotional experience. Tanggapin
Mm-mm.
natin 'yun. Painful siya
Mm-mm.
kasi as mentioned a while ago na it has various emotions
Mm-mm.
in the process. So you feel frustrated, you feel rage, you feel
Mm-mm.
a certain level of stress and anxiety. It's destructive not only for you, but it's also destructive for the no, it's not only destructive for the person, but it's also
Mm-mm.
destructive sa sarili mo. Now,
Mm-mm.
if you consider it as a selfishness, siguro dyan natin siya, just moving forward a bit, dyan natin kailangan itignan, to what degree are you really jealous about that circumstance? Kasi may mga degrees yan.
Mm.
There is a degree wherein jealousy is warranted, meaning
Oo.
okay lang, kailangan.
Okay lang. Mm.
But kailangan siya pero it should be executed to a degree as well na
Mm.
tamang-tama lang. So
Mhm.
hindi ka pwede yung 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 kailangan mong jealousy is only little pero ang pagka-execute mo sa kanya sobrang laki. Yung
Mm. Mm.
you made the issue bigger than as it is. So
Mm.
diyan nagkakaroon tayo ngayon ng idea na possible na uy, maybe you're stepping too much or you're overflowing with these
Mm.
kinds of
Mm.
emotions already. So nagiging unwarranted na yung and
Jealous.
maybe presumably I cannot say na it's already selfishness, but it
Mm.
might be
Mm.
a step there
Mm.
to
Mm.
being selfish. Kasi before you even consider na selfish ang isang act, you need to consider sa ano umiikot yung
Oo.
dynamic niya.
Tsaka yung
Yeah.
Okay, kasi remember,
degree. Oo.
yeah. Kasi kapag selfish, just remember, we are only focused on ourselves.
Totoo.
The idea of I will always there. Pero remember, in
Mhm.
jealousy, there's always two people, you and
Mm.
your partner.
Mm.
Yep.
Ang witty mo dun sa
Oo.
part na yun. Oo, yung mga degree. Ako level sa'yo degree. Mas gusto ko yung degree. Ganon. Third degree burn.
Yeah.
Joke, pero totoo. Nakakatawa naman, Andrew. Ang mga inputs
Oo.
mo.
I
Mm-mm.
have to agree to the both of you. I would also have to say that jealousy is not inherently a bad thing. Hindi siya masamang
Mm-mm.
emotion or hindi siya masamang feeling.
Mm.
Especially if, meron naman talagang valid or solid grounds kung bakit nararamdaman mo yung emotion na yon. However, if it will be psychotic, neurotic, obsessive, possessive, and selfish, then if those tendencies surround jealousy, then it could lead to something that is dangerous or yun nga, it could be an act of selfishness. So yeah,
Mm.
Sir Denden, I hope we answered your question. No? It's not really a selfish act because even the Bible, a lot of stories in the Bible had shown jealousy
Mm-mm.
from different characters. Even the Lord Jesus Christ is a jealous God. Diba sabi
Mm.
niya, you should not have another God other than me. Diba? Gusto niya siya lang. So, jealousy is just keeping guard or protecting what is rightfully yours, whether it be a thing or a person. But if there are dangers, nga, like what Sir Drew said, then it could lead to selfishness or something more problematic, which could lead to, some psychological problems to that effect. Okay. So,
Maybe just
yon.
to add as well, it's also a
Yep.
way to preserve the relationship. Kasi
Mhm.
you fear on the idea that there might be a possibility that both of you will drift apart. So for
Mhm.
you to avoid that, kailangan i-preserve mo kung ano ang meron kayo as of the moment para hindi maudlot or hindi mangyari uh, yung maghihiwalay kayo or matatapos na yung relationship ninyo. Okay.
Yep.
Diyan natin siya nakikita na is jealousy really good or bad? Well, it really actually depends on the degree and on the circumstances that it circles around it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Excuse me.
All right. Before we continue, just a quick hello to those who joined the live. We have Claude Piedad. Hi, dear. Thank you for joining the live. Mark Joshua Mangon Timbol is also watching us. Pai Garcia Ildefonso is also here. Rani Rojas, Franz David, Jenny Conanan. Wait lang medyo mahirap basahin to. A B D Mac. And there, natatawa ako sa pangalan to. Dar Salwana po. Si Mark. Ayan, dati nating estudyante sa Holy Angel to. Yung pangalan niya talaga sa Facebook, Dar Salwana po. Hello, thank you for joining the live. All right. And then Sir Den Vashrudin also commented, jealousy will never exist if we have self-contentment. Bye guys, you're all good, sabi niya. Ngayon, dumalo lang siya sa atin. Well, I have to agree. Even if you have self-contentment, whether you like it or not, you're a human being and you're subject to feel jealousy at one point. Even if
Mm.
you're contented. Kasi nga, sabi kanina ni Miss Kim, there are external factors. Pwedeng
Mm.
ikaw secure ka in a relationship, but then there are other people trying to, you know, be the triggers, factors to your relationship, syempre, ikaw tao ka lang, makakaramdam ka ng konting, oops, wait, I have to guard what is mine. Yeah.
Oo,
So, you'll feel
totoo.
jealous din naman. Yep.
Tsaka
Okay.
reasonable naman din pagka basta may mga reasonable na basta yun, reasonable naman akong tao, yun na lang.
O sige, gusto mo yan. Gusto mo yan.
Bigla ako nawala, ano ba yan?
Alright. So,
Kainis.
anyway, ayun nga, sabi nga natin, jealousy is a natural human emotion that is often, or that is not often rational.
Rational.
Minsan talaga, meron lang tayong emotional outbursts na wala sa lugar, nagsiselos ka lang. Either you want to be cute sa partner mo, or alam mo yun,
Oo.
meron ka lang
Oo.
insecurity sa sarili mo, di ba? Yung mga pabebe
Oo.
moments lang.
Oo,
It's not
oo.
always rational. It is sometimes irrational. But then again, the bottom line here is, it's a natural human emotion.
Oo.
Okay. And then another point we would like to raise here is this one. Psychologists and anthropologists believe we are genetically wired to feel it.
Mhm.
Ibig sabihin, noong nabubuo tayo sa sinapupunan ng nanay natin, nung nag-mutate yung genes natin, kung XY man yan, kung anong chromosome man yan, it's already part of our genetic build that we are to be jealous at one point in our lives. What do you think?
Well, for one thing, sabi ko nga kanina, there's something tied with our evolution. So it somehow answers that predisposition. Parang isipin yung how animals envious about certain of their mates, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
So makikita natin sa animals na they become so protective of their mate, and if their mate is being quote unquote kinukuha ng ibang mga animals, then pwedeng mag-initiate sila ng certain guarding behavior. So similarly with us, of course, hindi naman tayo yung super na parang kapag merong lumapit na na other person, tatahol
Oo.
tayo. Hindi naman tayo gano'n. But
Sampalin mo agad eh, no?
We
but
are rational animals naman.
yeah, we are
Oo.
rational. But our way of acting is far complicated and unique. And even at some point, it could be very out there and even subtle. So meron kasing ibang mga nagkiselos na hindi sila natahimik lang, pero deep inside, nagkiselos sila na sobrang tindi. But others
Mm-hmm.
are very open about it, that they would really act on the feelings of jealousy that they are currently experiencing.
Mm-mm.
Yep. So yun nga, good point, Sir Drew, for raising this. Yung siguro sa animal behavior, sa animal kingdom, they do not really refer to it as the act of jealousy, but more so yung pagiging territorial nila. Like,
Oo.
this
Yeah.
is my territory, this is my person. No, not really their person. This is my animal. So, you know,
Yeah.
even,
Mate,
di ba?
This is
Or,
my mate.
this is my mate.
Oo.
yeah, this is my mate. So, basically, humans, animals, we are genetically wired to feel that way.
Mm-mm.
Okay? It only proves na hindi lang tayong tao yung may ganong emotion. Even animals, di ba? They have that. What more tayong mga may, rational, nakakapag-isip, may emotions. What more tayo? So, it's really a genetically built, I don't know, element in our body.
At saka
That's
ano
why we
lang,
feel that
Miss
way.
B and Drew, kung mapapansin nyo kahit yung mga bata pa, I mean, basta yung mga babies, mararamdaman nila na may something na parang alam nila na inaano yung mama nila, parang kinukuha sa kanya. Alam mo yung mararamdaman nila
Mm-hmm.
yon. Parang natural
Mm-hmm.
na talaga sa atin yung jealousy. Kahit na pag nakita mo lang na pag niloloko-loko na akin na yung mama mo, akin na yung mama mo, hindi mo alam yung jealousy pero umiiyak ka, nagagalit ka dun sa tao. 'Di ba?
Yes.
So I think kaya talagang genetically wired na talaga sa atin yung jealousy, Miss Kat and Drew.
Oo.
Yeah.
So, if you know, our viewers, kung kayo nakakaramdam ng selos at one point in your life, ngayon man yan, dati or in the future, you shouldn't be surprised. Kasi a lot of people might say, ay, selosa to, may topak to. Alam mo yun, insecure to. Hindi siya confident sa sarili niya, ganto ganyan. There are actually a lot of factors why one person feels jealous. And one is that it's innate. It's in us.
It's in it.
Okay? So we shouldn't judge people na selosa or seloso by telling them, alam mo, ang insecure mo naman, ganito lang,
Oo.
ganyan lang pinagseselosan
Mm.
mo. Because it's
Mm.
in us. So we have to
Mm.
understand that too. Okay, great. We have a few comments here. Greet ko lang
Yes.
din yung mga kaka-join na, baka magtampo sila. Sir Edward Inong is watching the
Yeah. Hi,
live.
Sir Inong.
Hello. Ramil J. Alfonso Maneje is also joining the live or has joined the live. And John Pangan is also watching. Ayan, greet ko lang yung mga kaibigan ko sa Taiwan. Team
Wow.
C, hello everybody. If you're watching, sabi ni John Christian Pangan, hello po, good evening po sa lahat. Good evening din po. Riza
Hi,
Sandoval has
John.
also joined the live. And then, Lala is here. Ayun, yung mahirap basahin na pangalan kanina, si ABD Mac. It's Lala. Hi, Lala. What's up? And then, Sir Edward Inong has a comment right here. I'll just
Mm.
put it on the screen. Do you
Mhm.
see it, sir and ma'am?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, kindly read the comment of Sir Edward Inong. Miss
Sabi
Kim?
niya, I
Okay.
believe so too, ma'am, as genetically wired to feel it. I don't want to sound spiritual, but biblically, it's written that God is a jealous God. Nasabi nga ni Miss Vian kanina. So,
Mhm.
mana lang tayo sa kanya because we are His most beautiful creation. And I, thank you. Ganun.
Thank
Hi, Sir
you.
Drew and Beshi Kim. Oo, sa tono ni Ino. Hello,
Oo
Ino.
nga. Hello po, sir.
Oo.
Yep, it's true. We are genetically wired to feel jealous. No, we've
Mm-mm.
made that point already. And yeah, yun nga, God is a jealous God. And we were made, after his image and all that. So, it's normal for us to be that way.
Oo.
Okay? So, wag niyong pagtakhan yung mga karelasyon niyo kung bakit sila seloso or selosa. It's
Mga karelasyon mo.
normal.
Oo.
It's
Normal.
normal. Wag
Oo.
niyo po
Hindi siya
silang
new
sabihan na
normal,
to.
normal talaga. Oo.
Oo. Wag niyo po silang sabihan na topakin, matoyo, insecure, or whatsoever because it's
Oo.
normal. Magtaka
Kasi,
ka kung yung partner mo hindi seloso.
ay, oo,
Siguro.
yun. Ay, walang
'Di
pandama.
ba?
Joke, char.
Hindi, totoo. Yung even the
Oo.
slightest feel of jealousy, wala siyang pinapakita. Magtaka ka or matakot ka kasi there's a
Mm-mm.
tendency na kapag hindi niya na-express yung jealousy niya, baka mag-pile up yung emotions,
Sa
bigla
ibang
siyang
bagay.
sumabog.
Oo,
Yep.
oo. Totoo.
Mhm. So sometimes the occasional outburst of jealousy is really a healthy practice. Alam mo 'yon? Kasi
Mm-mm.
pinapakita mo yung importansya ng tao or bagay sa'yo.
Huwag lang
Great. Ayan.
araw-arawin, ha?
Oo, wag din ulamin. Yung tipong
Oo nga.
almusal, tanghalian, 'di ba? Pati
Oo nga.
midnight snack. Oh, wag naman
True.
gano'n. Yung mga
Al-
madadalang lang, cute pa 'yon.
Although
Oo,
you
oo.
mentioned a while ago na tawag dito na hindi nakaka-experience ng jealousy yung ibang tao. Tama ba yung na-mention mo kanina?
Mm, mm.
Let me just clarify that na baka
Mm-mm.
isipin mo na kung hindi pinapakita nung partner mo na jealous siya. Please take
Mm-mm.
note that there will always be a certain, sabi ko nga, there's a certain degree
Mm-mm.
of executing acts of jealousy. So there will be people who are very aggressive, that they would show that they really are jealous. And there are
Mhm.
those people who are very subtle with exhibiting jealous actions.
Mhm.
So, for instance, men are seen to have, according to research, that they feel greater jealousy, but they don't express it openly. Unlike
Yep.
with women, they also tend to feel more jealous as well.
Mhm.
Kumbaga, hindi siya women are more jealous or men are more jealous. No. It plays to a certain level. So
Mhm.
pero in terms of executing the behavior or the act, mas open lang na ini-express ng mga women yung feelings of jealousy nila. Of course, not
Yep.
all women, okay? But a great majority of women would tend to do so.
Yeah, I have to agree. Everybody gets jealous, male or female. It's just that we women are more emotionally honest.
Mm-mm.
You're freer when it comes to expressing ourselves. Unlike siguro with the males or the men, parang they consider a lot of things before they show their
Mm.
vulnerability to their
Oo,
partner.
totoo.
Yep. But I
Oo,
have
kasi
to agree.
sobrang expressive natin na 'pag hindi natin siya nailabas parang hindi tayo nasa-satisfy. So,
Mhm.
parang sa kanila kaya pa nilang i-keep ng siguro sabihin mo ng mga ilang araw ganyan, pero tayo once na naramdaman natin, automatic magbu-burst tayo na nagseselos ako. Gano'n siya agad
Ah.
sa'ming mga babae.
Yeah.
Sana
Ramdam
There's
ko yun.
oo. Sana nag-a-agree si Andrew sa atin, mga
May,
kababaihan, oo.
may pitik yun. Nagsiselos ako.
Oo, nagseselos ako, gano'n. Hmm,
May pitik, may pitik.
hindi
pero
kasi
hindi,
totoo.
totoo naman that women,
Oo.
are more honest. At saka mas
Mm.
mabilis naming ina-address yung nararamdaman namin kaysa sa mga lalaki.
Agad-agad, oo.
Yeah. Oo. But that's not to discount nga the fact that even men get jealous.
Mm,
They're
mm.
just not probably showy
Oo.
of what they feel. Yeah. And then, yun nga, we've already established that even animals possess it
Oo.
and displace it, like chimps and birds in one study that we've read. Another
Mhm.
thing, according to Ralph Hupka, a professor of psychology in California, he said that jealousy is an anticipatory emotion. It means it seeks to prevent loss. Yun nga,
Hmm,
on guard. Diba?
mm.
Preventive measure siya. Just in case something happens, while it's, not happening yet, I will protect it. I will prevent it from happening. Parang ganon. Okay? And then another thing that we need to establish here is that jealousy does not happen in romantic relationships only, but also in families, friendships, and workplace. Ayan. So, hindi lang po for romantic relationship nangyayari ang pagsiselos. Marami ring pagsiselos ang nagaganap sa mga pamilya,
Hmm,
pagkakaibigan, at sa trabaho. Aminin natin yan,
very
guys.
true, very true. On point, agree.
Although, guys, you need, dahil nga we experience jealousy across different settings,
Different
different
settings,
relationships. Um, kailangan natin i-clarify our feelings of jealousy with feelings of envy. So,
Oo,
Oh,
kasi
yeah.
jealousy
oo,
and envy are somehow similar feelings, but they're
mhm,
not the same. Okay?
oo.
So, just to give clarity, jealousy always involve a third party. May it be
Yes.
a rival, may it be someone, a thing, an event,
Mhm,
anything
mhm,
that would rival for affection or attention. Envy, on the other hand, occurs between only two people. So, dalawa lang kayo na ang
Mm-hmm.
envy, umikot siya sa idea na I want what you have. So, for
Yeah.
example,
mm.
I want your wealth, I want your status, I want your popularity or appearance. Ganun lang siya. But jealousy, there's always another party involved, another third party in which, uy, bakit mayroong ganitong tao? Sino siya?
Okay.
Bakit binili siya ng ganito? Ako hindi.
Ayun, oo,
Ayan.
oo.
Doon na tayo
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
nagkakaroon ng
Mm.
ng dynamics of jealousy.
Oo.
Okay?
Yeah. And nangyayari nga yan, like for example, in the family, sa mga
Mm,
magkakapatid, right? Yun nga,
mm,
bakit si ganito, binilhan mo ng ganito, ba't ako wala? Or ba't
Bakit
siya
siya tinirhan
pinayagan
mo
mong
siya ng ano,
lumabas?
tinirhan mo siya ng ulam. Napakababaw ko naman sa part na yun,
Oo,
char.
it happens. Those simple
Oo.
daily things that occur in our
Oo.
houses, they could be manifestations of jealousy.
Naalala ko yung Three Sisters in a Wedding, tama ba?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yun yung jealousy yun 'no, tama? At saka
bakit ako? Yung ganon.
oo, oo.
There's actually the term for this one is what we call the sibling rivalry.
Oo.
'Di ba? The one should be better than the other and the one is inferior and whatnot. And
Mm.
so, dito pumapasok yung sa parents, how we raise our children. Like, we have to raise them really equally para hindi sila mag-develop ng ganong complex sa sarili nila. Because there's a tendency that if you grew in a household that there's too much jealousy going on, baka dalhin mo yun pag nagkaroon ka na ng romantic relationships eh. The
Oo,
feeling
Totoo
of
true.
yun.
insecurity, kasi while you were growing up, nandun yung trauma, and then it becomes fixated in your psyche, and you grow up, you get into relationships, you work, you started gaining friends, dala-dala mo yon. Because in your own family, hindi ka nabigyan ng enough attention, hindi ka nabigyan ng enough love, lagi kang nagselos sa kapatid mo, sa nanay mo, sa tatay mo, and so it will be a great factor as you develop into an adult, right? What do you
I would
think,
def-
guys?
I would definitely agree with that. Kasi maybe just to simplify it, na parang yung una, maybe at some point of your life, walang-wala ka, pero ngayon na meron ka, nagiging possessive ka dun sa bagay o sa tao,
Yep.
particularly with romantic relationships. So what happens now that you have quote-unquote intention of that person,
Mhm.
you fear the idea of being abandoned or losing whatever you have. So, nararamdaman mo na, uy, bakit may ibang tao
Hmm.
uh, nagiging trigger na yon or nagiging factor na yon para ma-experience mo na, wait, I'm feeling jealous about this, and you're doing something because of that jealousy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's important that while we're growing up, parents, if you're watching this, hindi naman po sa nagmamagaling kami, but it's
Mm-mm.
important that we give our children an environment that is, you know, there is equality among
Oo,
siblings.
totoo.
So that when they grow up, they wouldn't feel, insecure and something is lacking in them. Parang ganon.
At saka kasi Miss V and Drew, may mga chances kasi na yung mga anak, kunyari, mga parents, no, hindi naman kasi magsasabi yung mga anak nyo sa inyo na directly. Minsan sinasabi nila sa mga kaibigan nila, ganon, yung nararamdaman nila sa loob ng bahay o kaya sa school. Nagre-reflect kasi na may something na nangyayari sa loob ng bahay na hindi kayang sabihin sa inyo ng anak nyo kasi parang may mga chances na ipinapakita nyo na mas mahalaga tong isang anak mo kaysa dito sa isang anak mo, 'di ba? Hindi
Yes.
pwedeng yung 100% mo, 50% dito, 50% ay 30% tas 20% tas buong 100%. Hindi naman pwedeng gano'n, 'di ba?
Yes.
So dapat isang lang porsyento talaga yung kung paano niyo tignan o how you treat your children, 'di ba?
Yep.
Kasi
Mm-hmm.
maiintindihan ng mga bata, nakikita nila growing up na may mali, na bakit ganito, bakit ganyan. Yung sana
Yep.
wag nating ipapil yun sa mga anak natin, no? Masakit kasi yun.
Oo naman. Kaya nga
Mm.
magko-crossover yung experience na yon to
Oo.
friendship, into workplace. Yung tipong
Mm.
halimbawa, yan, tayong tatlo magkakaibigan. If we are insecure in
Mm.
ourselves, I would say,
Mm.
Sir Drew, why are you closer to Miss Kim? Miss Kim, why are you
Oo.
spending more time with this friend and not with me? Alam mo yon, yung mga ganong
Totoo.
situations. Yep, and
Totoo.
even in the workplace, alam mo yon, yung kumpiyansa sa sarili, yung
Mm.
self-confidence, yung galing niya, bigla niyang i-compare yung sarili niya. Bakit mas magaling na teacher si ganito sa akin? Bakit hindi ako
Mm. Mm.
napopromote? Bakit ganito,
Mm.
ganyan?
Mm.
So it could lead to a lot of complicated situations if it starts at home, really.
Mm.
Yeah.
Totoo.
Diba? So,
Pero,
mayroon pala talagang malalim na pwedeng panggalingan tong jealousy na to. Ano?
Totoo.
yes. Pero dun sa
Yes, Sir
family
Drew,
part, as much as we are very ideal, we are pointing at, um, avoiding having favorites, it's quite hard.
I know.
Uh, Kaya nga, I would definitely agree sa example ni Miss Kim dun sa
Mm.
Four Sisters in the Wedding na I think there
Mm.
was one line there na parang uh, that didn't have any favorites, but actually her action says different.
Yeah.
Iba yung sinasabi ng mga
Totoo.
actions niya na,
Sinasabi, oo.
uy, nung ano yun, yung there's part in the movie where paano kuha yata yung basta there's a part in the movie wherein mas sa pang sibling niya kaysa sa kanya. So there will
Mm.
always be that kind of dynamic. So it will be hard, but I think as we move forward with our discussion, mas na we could address on how we
Mm.
can
Mm.
deal with those things.
Yes, yes.
Actually. All right. I just want to say a quick hello to the people who's joined the live. Ayan, medyo dumadaming nanonood sa atin. Hello to Anne S. Quinto. Hello, Noni. Thank you for watching. Camille Lapid is also joining or has joined the live. Also to Mike from India. Hello, Mike. Thank you for watching. I hope you understand what we're saying right now. Um, to Cyril Gutierrez Sikat. Hello, Ate. Thank you for joining the live. Michelle Reyes de Guzman is also here. Menard Pangilinan is also watching. And Mike said, enjoying your talk. Yeah, dude, I hope
Mm.
you understand what we're saying right now because we tend to, you know, shift from English to Filipino and Filipino back to English. And thank you for watching. He's in India.
Hi.
Hello. All right, good. 'Di ba, ang lalim pala ng jealousy, hindi lang 'to yung tantrums na nafi-feel natin when we
Oo,
are feeling
hindi.
something, 'di ba, for the third party or the other person. Great. Okay. Another thing here is that jealousy is either normal or abnormal. So like what we
Mhm.
said, abnormal if it is psychotic, neurotic, obsessive, and if it leads to violence.
Hmm.
Okay? And the normal if it's cute, reasonable, and logical. Basically, you have a reason why.
Yeah, I think that's me, the normal. Kita ko cute, reasonable, logical. Ako yan. Ako yan
Yeah.
talaga.
But we also have to establish the fact that there might be the tendency of people getting jealous and they would
Oo.
resort to domestic violence. Kaya nga merong mga
Mm.
magkakarelasyon na nagpapatayan.
Ay,
Alam mo
totoo.
yon, yung binubugbog na
Mm.
nila yung isa't isa just because they feel this
Eh,
intense
oo.
jealousy in them.
Yung pangit lang dun nila yung pagre-release nila ng jealousy, ano na, physical abuse, verbal
Yes.
abuse. Hindi na
Oo.
yun maganda. Kaya nga ayan 'no, abnormal jealousy na yung tawag dun, 'di
Mhm.
ba?
Yeah. And we have to be very careful too. As a person who is, it's a natural human feeling to feel jealous. We also have to acknowledge that jealousy para alam din natin how to manage it.
Oo.
Oo, hindi lang yung basta-bastang, "Ay hindi, nagseselos ako ngayon, bubugbugin kita mamaya." 'Wag naman yung mga anger issues na gano'n kabigat, 'di ba?
Oo.
Nagseselos ka, acknowledge it, talk to the person, but not to the point of, doing something awfully bad to the person, yung physically hurting the person na or
Or
emotionally hurting
hurting
the.
yourself, 'di ba?
Yes, good
Oo.
point. Oo,
Gano'n. Minsan sa sobrang selos mo dahil hindi mo magawa doon sa partner mo, hindi mo ma-release, sa sarili mo ginagawa. So, that's another abnormal jealousy, I think, 'no? Sa
yep,
palagay ko. Mm.
yes, I have to agree.
Maybe
Sir
what
Drew?
your point, what both of you are pointing at is how power is injected in the relationship. So kumbaga
Mhm,
nagkakaroon na parang um, mas powerful yung other partner, so nagiging controlling yung partner yun sa isa. So doon nagkakaroon ng nagko-cross na yung line nun with jealousy. Hindi na
mhm,
siya healthy jealousy, but rather it's you're controlling the behavior of your
Mhm.
partner already, and that's not good. Di ba nga,
Mm.
this is the ideal, parang sinasabi natin sa relationship na we allow each other to grow and express themselves. I think we were able to discuss this in one of our sessions yata, V.
mhm,
But yun nga na sa the point that you're already controlling what where are they going, what they are doing, kung kumakain na siya, kumbaga kailangan um babe, beb, be, yung nakahawak na ako ng kutsara, yung kutsara, halok na ako ng kanin. Ano nilagay ko na sa so parang ano na yun, it's very controlling already, and um that's not healthy anymore. We cannot
yeah,
necessarily say na nagiging it's not necessarily nagiging abnormal na siya kasi we
Mm.
still need to we still need to assess the level or yung severity niya, but
Mm.
it becomes unhealthy already kasi it crosses
mhm,
the line of being healthily jealous kung meron mang ganong
Mm.
idea, healthily
Mm.
jealous with the
oo.
person. Okay.
Mm.
Yep, alright. So yun nga, either please, if you're the jealous type, at least manage your emotions properly. Do not hurt the other person physically, emotionally, or do not hurt yourself too physically and emotionally. That's important. It's okay
Mm.
to express the jealousy, but be sure you do not go to the extremes.
Yeah.
Sabi nga. All right, great. And then another thing here, well, logical reasons why one may feel jealous. Well, there's infidelity and people trying to steal your person, your mate, or other factors. What do you say?
Yes, logical 'yan, super logical. I cannot agree more.
Gusto, dude, mag-expound ka kasi ako kailangan mag-isip.
Hindi, I mean logical reason po ang infidelity. Automatic naman 'yun. Hindi kasi ako parang 'pag infidelity, wala na 'yan, hindi na 'yan, non-negotiable na talaga 'yan na magseselos talaga ako 'pag niloko mo ko. Sino bang matutuwa 'pag niloloko ka? Parang, "Ay, niloloko mo ko." Nakakatuwa ba 'yun? Hindi, 'di ba? Nararamdaman niyo ba 'yun? Mga girls, 'di ba? Alam niyo 'yan. Nararamdaman niyo ba ako? Kasi when it comes to infidelity and people trying to steal your partner, ibang level of jealousy yung mga level 12 tas hanggang level 10 lang usapan, mapupunta tayo sa level 12. Kasi maliban sa niloko ka niya, ano bang mararamdaman mo bilang tao 'pag niloko ka niya, 'di ba? Pagka pinagpalit ka niya kasi nagpaagaw siya, 'di ba?
Mhm.
So, logical reason 'yun. Hindi ka puwedeng maging manhid na lang na paulit-ulit ka na, "Ay, okey lang, niloko niya na naman ako. So, okey lang, ayoko na magselos, pagod na ako." Wala pong gano'n. Pagka gano'n, hindi na po jealousy yung tawag do'n. Ano na 'yun, marupok, martir, puwede na kitang gawan ng rebulto pagka gano'n na yung
Oo.
level ng ano mo. ganap mo.
Yeah.
Kaya for me, logical reason po ang infidelity at pag may taong gustong umagaw sa partner mo. Ganon.
Yeah. So what we're
Naramdaman
really
ko
trying
yun.
ay,
Mm-mm.
naramdaman mo yan. So yeah,
Sorry na. Oo.
what we're really trying to say here is if there's a valid reason for you to be
Oo.
jealous, okay, external factors or internal factors, they may be, it's okay to be jealous because you have the reason to be so. But if there's no reason, then, that's gonna be questionable kasi where are you come
Mm-mm.
from? Yun nga
Mm-mm.
sinasabi ni Sir Do kanina, parang, every bit of activity that the person, your partner is doing, dapat alam mo, nagiging possessive ka na, nagiging obsessive ka na. But then again, if there's a logical, valid, solid reason, and you are, able to prove that there is really a reason for your jealousy, then be it.
Mm-mm.
Acknowledge the emotion, be jealous all you want, right? Yeah. Another
I
one
think
here.
wh-
Yeah, sure.
I think what you're
Go ahead.
what you're pointing at is that yun nga. Well, for one thing, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is more on parang a linear direction, no? But we also need
Oo.
to consider a certain uh, let's also look into the person on why that person is feeling such jealousy. So,
Mm-mm.
pwedeng i-experience niya rin na yung sense of kasi na-mention kanina ni Miss Kim na um, the person is hurting him or herself. Now,
Mm.
one reason that we could relate to that is that maybe the person is experiencing a sense of inadequacy and even insecurity of
Mm.
him or herself. So
Mm.
dahil natin na hindi ako sapat, nakulang ako, kaya ang nararamdaman ko ngayon ay at ang ito nakukuha ng ibang tao or posibleng makuha niya sa ibang tao. So, nade-develop yung feeling of jealousy. Another thing that V is also able to lay out is that if jealousy can either be justified or unjustified, that's also
Mm.
another level of of complication. Kasi
Mm.
kailangan mo rin isipin na justifiable ba na ang pakiramdam kong to is jealousy already or
Mm.
parang it should pass na lang siya.
Mm.
So you would actually yung pinag-usapan natin na akala nila ang jealousy it's in passing lang, it's just
Ah.
part of a
Mm.
relationship,
Mm.
but
Mm.
it's really complicated. That's the
It
reason why
is.
it's either it breaks the relationship or it makes the
Ah. It
relationship
makes or
stronger.
breaks the relationship. Oo.
Exactly. Yep. So, yun nga, we that's why we're having this discussion para mas maintindihan natin yung science behind jealousy. Yung hindi lang talaga
Mm.
tumapak ka lang, yung
Oo,
outbursts
hindi.
mo, hindi lang
Oo.
siya gano'n. You
Hindi siya
have to
ganun.
understand where it's coming from and why it's happening to you. And I hope we're
Mm-mm.
helpful to the viewers. Just want to say hello quickly to Elaine Bacani. She's also joined the live stream. Okay.
Hi.
Yep. Another one that we have to talk about regarding jealousy is it could be a manifestation of a trauma survival. Yun nga ang pinag-uusapan natin kanina. If there's a past experience, probably in your family, in your upbringing, and you carry this over to your
Mm-mm.
adulthood, that's your way of coping,
Mm-mm.
diba? Because you've experienced some trauma in the past. Yeah, I think we've already established
Mm-mm.
that. And then another thing, psychological disorders. Sir Drew, we have to tap
Oo
on
nga.
you.
Sir
Bakit
Drew,
sa akin?
kailangan ka naming marinig dito sa psychological disorder, obsession, ganyan. Baka
Because you
obsessed
work
na
in
pala ako. Char!
Well, for one thing, let me be honest. I'm not aligned with clinical practice or even clinical ano.
yeah.
So,
Ah, ah.
what was the question again?
Ito yung sa
Sorry.
obsession, psychological disorders.
Well, ibang linya tayo, to be honest. Siguro, I'll just shoot back with what I mentioned a while ago na sa objection, sa obsessions.
Mm.
Kasi we were able to gain something eh. Meron tayong nakuha na gustong-gusto natin. And
Mhm.
as we were able to discover that desire maybe we become so
Mm.
attached with that desire na ayaw natin siyang mawala sa grasp natin and
Mm.
eventually we utilize that obsession to the best that we could kumbaga talagang ginagamit mo na siya to the extent na it becomes unhealthy for the person already and
Mm.
not only in a material aspect pero it could could also fall in sa attention na kailangan ibigay niya sa'yo, kailangan mag-message siya sa'yo kada umaga, na kailangan in the middle of certain meeting, kailangan pa rin siya magpaalam kahit alam mong nasa trabaho siya. It's the very much you're wanting more of the person's attention. Okay?
Sir Drew and Miss V, gusto ko lang i-clarify itong bibigay ko na example sa inyo.
Sure po.
Psychological disorder ba to or obsession na to pagka kinukuha mo yung lahat ng password sa social media account ng partner mo. Tapos, kailangan alam mo lahat, pati password sa cellphone niya. Tapos, every now and then, tinitignan mo yung mga messages, lahat. Tapos, may mga times na lahat ng mga nag-heart sa pictures niya, yung nagwa-wow, yung nagka-care, is inisa-isa mo, tapos chinek mo lahat yung itsura, kung, ay, maganda to, baka may something to, ganon. Obsession na ba yun? Tapos bigla, i-chat mo na lang bigla yung boyfriend mo na, oy, i-block mo lahat yan. Lahat yung 55 na yan. Ayoko, yung mga ganon. Parang, I think, may mga ganon na, may mga reasonable na may gusto kong, yung parang ayaw mo makita dun sa wall kasi alam mong may something kasi, mararamdaman mo yon sa iisang tao, pero sa 55 na babae, at lahat ng mga babae na nagla-like at nagko-comment at lahat-lahat na pinagselosan mo na, tapos gusto mo nang ipa-block, kulang na lang sa'yo na lang yung Facebook ng boyfriend mo, obsession na ba yon? Tanong lang po, ma'am sir.
Well, ako, Miss Kim, honestly, I wouldn't really say that is obsession. You know, I'm not a psychologist. You know, I have
Oo.
really no authoritative claim on this para sabihin kong my answer is a correct answer. But my opinion on this is
Okay.
this. It's really not obsession, but more so possessiveness.
Ayun, possessive na, no?
Kasi
Ay, may nakita
parang,
akong comment, Miss Kat. Ang sabi niya, trust
oo,
issue na yung ganyan, sabi daw ni Vince.
actually, yes. Kasi I would understand if it's a
Oo.
single person that you're trying to avoid. But if you're
Mm-mm.
asking your boyfriend or your
Na
girlfriend
lahat na lang.
to forget everybody from his friend or from her friends list,
Hindi
that
na
will be a
normal.
different situation altogether.
Oo.
Kasi
Mm.
gusto mo nun, sa'yo na lang siya eh. Parang pinapaliit mo
Oo.
na yung mundo niya, sa'yo na lang.
At
'Di
saka kasi
ba?
sa relasyon, oo, sa relasyon kasi Miss V and Sir Drew, no, correct me if I'm wrong. Hindi lang naman ikaw yung priority ng boyfriend at girlfriend mo. Ang daming aspeto, ang daming sanga-sanga.
Exactly.
Kaya dapat alam mo ding ilugar yung sarili mo kung saan ka doon. Oo, priority ka niya, pero hindi ikaw yung buong mundo niya, 'di ba? Hindi mo binili
Mhm.
yung earth. Alam mo
Yes.
yun? Yung ganon.
And you also have to realize that before you got into a relationship with this person is a complete person on his own. May
Totoo.
pamilya siya, may
May
kaibigan siya, may
kaibigan siya.
trabaho siya,
Oo
may
nga.
activities siya, may hilig siya. So it doesn't mean na kapag nakipagrelasyon siya sa'yo, masastop lahat ng yun. No. You are just an extension of his life now, not his sole life.
Oo, totoo. May gusto pa akong i-add. Nakakainis kasi. I mean, gusto ko lang malaman ng mga nanonood. Hello, mga viewers, mahal ko kayo, no? Nakakainis kasi. Yung, kunwari, hindi ka lang naka-reply agad. Nagagalit na. Wala mo segundo. Sandali lang, nasin mo lang. May ginawa ka. Nadulas ka, nadapa ka, di ka agad naka-reply. Nanggigigil na sa'yo. Tapos bigla salamat sa lahat na agad ng reply. Hindi ka na naka-reply ng 2 minutes. Ano ba yun? Diba?
Okay,
Hindi
alam mo sa mga hindi kasi may ano yan, merong tawag dito, may logical reason kung bakit ang mga babae, we're very particular sa time. Kasi remember, in the beginning, we were just domestic people. What I'm trying to say is, hindi tayo nagtatrabaho. We don't really go out to work. So we only stay at home. What we see all the time is, the house chores, our responsibilities at home. So medyo meron tayong panahon to really look at time.
Oo,
Okay?
pero Miss V, ang inaano ko lang dito, siyempre parang Pokemon lang ang mundo, nag-e-evolve din, 'di ba?
Oo.
'Di ba napaka-cute ng analogy ko, Pikachu ang peg. Ang sinasabi ko lang is, hindi 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 naman tambay yung partner mo na walang ginagawa 'yan. May trabaho 'yan. Sana kung tambay
Hmm.
lang 'yan sa bahay at ma-replyan ka agad sinabi mong hi, mag-he-hello, 'di ba? Dapat maintindihan natin na may mga certain times na hindi ako makaka-reply sa'yo, hindi dahil busy ako, pero talagang may ginagawa lang ako para sa future. Alam mo yon,
Yeah.
yung sa atin, hindi lang ako naka-reply ng kumain na ako, sandali lang naman, teka lang, pahingi ng hininga, hihinga lang ako. Di ba, sana
Yeah. Ba't
maintindihan
galit
ng mga
ka?
ibang, hindi kasi
Ba't
may mga
galit
ibang,
ka?
girl, may iba kasing, Hindi. Naiinis ako. Kasi may mga ibang babae, may mga ibang lalaki na hindi
Sorry
nila
guys.
naiinis ako.
Kanina
Kasi,
ako
Sino
tumatawa.
bang sino bang kaaway mo? Live stream
hindi.
tayo eh. Sino bang
Hindi.
kaaway
Para lang
mo?
Hindi. Gusto ko lang malaman ng mga nanonood. Kakalma ako sandali lang.
Oo. Galit po siya mga kaibigan. Hindi ko po alam bakit. Nag-dinner
Hindi
lang
ako
naman kami.
galit. Nag-e-explain lang ako. Magkaiba yon. Kumbaga sa envy sa jealousy, magkaiba yon. Nag-e-explain lang ako na sana naiintindihan po natin, chill, na, na naiintindihan po sana natin na hindi sa lahat ng magkakataon, makaka-reply po kami agad sa inyo kasi may mga buhay din po kami sa labas ng relasyon.
Oo
At sana,
naman.
bilang mga matured na mga individuals, we should understand that at
Yes.
some point na may mga ganong ganap. Ayun, lapakan lang natin sa mundo. Ganon. Wag lang tayo
Hindi.
mag-focus sa isang, basta ganon, okay na, OT ka na, okay, fine. Direct, sorry.
Hindi. I
Ayan.
was supposed to say nga kanina na in the beginning, dahil tayong mga babae, we were highly
Mm-mm.
domesticated. Nasa bahay lang tayo. So, yung pagmamonitor natin sa oras,
Oo,
nandoon. So,
oo.
kapag hindi tayo nare-replyan agad, agad nating nalalaman ilang minuto nang hindi nag-reply. Kasi nga, wired tayo. Parang, dahil nga domesticated tayo, we
Oo.
are very particular with time. Dahil yun lang yung
Oo.
napapansin natin. Unlike with
Oo.
men, they're outside, they have a lot of things to do, so hindi nila napapansin yung oras na yon. But like what you said, the world has evolved, people have changed already.
Oo.
There's been switching of roles already. I think ang pinaka takeaway natin dito, if your partner cannot reply to you immediately, it has to be a give and take kind of
Oh.
relationship. What do I mean by
Mm-mm.
give and take? If you are busy for that day and you have a lot
Mm-mm.
of things on your plate, like seriously, the entire day, you cannot
Mm-mm.
really talk to the person, it wouldn't hurt to spend a minute or two, give the person a call or a text,
Mm-mm.
love,
Mm-mm.
baby, honey, I'll be busy the entire day.
Mm-mm.
So I wouldn't be able to text you or respond to your message
Mm-mm.
immediately.
Mm-mm.
So I
Mm-mm.
hope you understand. Okay?
Ayun. Kung
If you do that,
may inform, oo.
yeah, if you do that, at least the person is aware what's going on. Hindi
Mm.
mag-speculate na hindi niya ako nire-replyan kasama niya yung third party niya. Hindi niya ako nire-replyan
Oo.
kasi ganito ganyan. Hindi niya ako nire-replyan kasi hindi na niya ako mahal. So the speculations will be gone
Oo.
because you made it clear to the person that you are busy for that day.
Oo.
Ikaw naman na taong sinabihan na babe, honey, sweetheart, hindi mo na ako makakapag-text. Intindihin mo rin naman, wag yung
Oo,
tipong
yun.
hindi ka lang na-replyan, magse-send ka na ng isang nobela na, ano, mahal mo pa ba ako?
Mm.
Magbe-break na tayo mamaya. Stuff like that. That's gonna be crazy, right?
Oo. Really,
So,
totoo yan.
the key really is communication. You know, if you will be
Mm.
busy for that day to avoid the jealousy, tell the person immediately why so. Okay,
Ayan,
Sir Drew.
totoo. Kaya pa, Drew. Sorry naanuhan lang ako, naapektuhan lang ako ng jealousy and everything, mga unreasonable na tao. Chill, 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 chill.
Anyway, wala akong tumatawa dito habang na-explain ka. Alam mo yun, ramdam ko na yung energy. Napapasa sa akin. Sabi ko, oh my God. Anyway, so sige. Kahit marami na na-explain, let me just put everything in a nutshell. No, in a nutshell. Anyways,
Nutshell. Mm-mm.
let's start with the first one, yung regarding sa something pathological, something na parang obsession na yung something aligned to a disorder. For one thing, we are not really much. Even I might have studied psychology, but I'm not really much aligned in clinical
Mm-mm.
practice. So for one thing, I have very limited information about it. But if you look at it in a parang experiential perspective, I guess, na parang um, we need to consider how much we respect space. Ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Regardless whether you are still single or whether you are with a friend, a family, and of course even with a in a romantic relationship, idea of respecting space. Hindi porket nagsama na rin kayo sa isang bubong,
Mm-mm.
um, hindi nyo kailangan yung space na yun mas liliit. Actually, hindi. Hindi na babago yung space na yun. Kailangan nyo pa rin ay iintindihan na that there's space for you for you and you alone. And eventually, I think I mentioned this before, yung isang usapan natin, Vicky, I think you could, to our viewers, you could watch yung isang episode natin doon na, I think I mentioned there na, kapag you are in your own space, that's your space for you to grow. That's your space
Mm-hmm.
to be with yourself, to go back to who you are. And then eventually, once you go back to your partner, wife, your husband, that's a time where you could share what you've learned, be open of the ideas that that you've explored. At ganun yung pinaka-dynamic niya. Tama yung sinabi ni V na that there's a simple talk can go a long way.
Mm-mm.
There's the importance of communication, and that
Mm-mm.
communication should be encouraged, and that nare-recognize din ng dalawa,
Oo.
ng partners yun
Partner
na,
mo.
uy,
Oo.
I'm feeling this. I feel
Mm.
jealous about this person, and so on and
Mm.
so forth.
Oo.
There's nothing wrong in communicating your issues. What's
Oo,
wrong is
totoo.
that you only keep it for yourself and let the emotion build up, and eventually once
Oo.
you get triggered, your emotions will just flow and you will respond undecisively or
Oo,
Yep.
totoo.
indecisively.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Diyan natin siya nakikita. And I think tama yung sinabi, yeah, sabi ni Justin Timothy lalo na, yes, you are correct.
Communication is
Communication
really the
is the
key.
key. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it really goes a long way once you're able to converse and have this dialogue with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
And it
Pero,
That's
actually,
true.
sorry, go ahead.
sorry. Pero yung communication, I think I mentioned this before din, parang ano na tayo, no? Again, go back to the episodes. You're free to, to go back to the previous episodes. Communication is still a dual-edged blade. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Na at some point, kapag mali yung timing mo,
Mm-hmm.
your communication will not do at all. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oo.
Lalo na
Totoo.
hindi sila ready. Lalo na kapag kayong dalawa mainit ang ulo ninyo, masyadong marami kayong iniisip, it won't do anything at all. Okay?
Yeah.
Hindi parang pag nagselos kayo at nag-burst yung emotions niyo, mag-uusap na kayo. Walang mangyayari doon, mga guys. Mga
Mm-mm.
kaibigan, mga kapatid, walang
Mm-mm.
mangyayari po doon. Okay?
So I guess what you're really telling us is that apart from communication being the key in relationships, timing is also a factor,
Yes.
right? Learn when to communicate what you feel to
Mm-mm.
your partner. But given the context nga that Miss Kim has opened, if you're busy, you just have to tell the partner or your
Mm-mm.
partner that you will be busy for that day. So the expectations are set, right?
Oo. And dun sa
Yeah.
sinabi din ni Andrew kanina, ni Sir Drew kanina, Miss V, yun nga, kailangan mong sabihin kung ano talagang nararamdaman mo. Kasi hindi pwedeng kunwari, okay ka lang ba? Okay lang ako.
Yeah.
Siyempre yung mga lalaki, ang naiintindihan lang nila sa sinabi mo, okay ka lang. Hindi naman nila
Mhm.
naiintindihan yung lengguwahe natin na babae na pag sinabi natin okay lang tayo, hindi talaga tayo okay. Hindi nila yun
Yeah.
alam. Kaya
Mhm.
bilang mga reasonable na mga babae, mga partners or babae lalaki kahit saan kahit ano pa yan. Kailangan natin sabihin yung totoo nating nararamdaman. Hindi natin pwedeng itago. Kasi lalabas yun sa ibang sitwasyon na mas magiging pagmumulan pa ng mas malaking away.
Mhm.
So, ayun lang.
Yeah. You
Ganun po,
cannot
Ma'am
expect
Sir.
your partners to always read between the lines or to guess what
Mm.
you truly feel. Okay. If
Oo,
you're
sabihin
mad,
mo
say
directly.
so.
Oo.
Yep. If you're jealous, say so. Just a
Mhm.
quick hello to the people who joined the live. Ayan, medyo dumadami tayo ulit. Paula Bianca Aguilar Gomez Bautista. Hi, Pau. Thank you for joining the live. Dom Lalu is also here. My cousin, of course, Justin Timothy P. Lalu. They're watching from the US. What's up, dog? And then Marvin Vin is also here joining us. Jel Lay is also here. Hello. Christine Ann Gonzalez is also here. Hello, Tin. Ate Lea Gonzalez and Asherto is also watching the live. And then Ate Tintin Pelayo Sagum has also joined the live. And Katrina Rial Teodoro has also joined the live. Okay, if you have just joined us, we are discussing jealousy. Medyo marami na po kaming napag-usapan. And feel free to comment your opinions too, should there be any. Ayan, kagaya ng mga nakikita niyo sa screen. We are flashing them on the screen right now. Okay, moving forward. Ayan jealousy pa lang, ang dami na nating napag-awayan, Miss Kim.
It's not, alam mo, for me, it's for everybody. Para maging reasonable sila sa mga susunod pang mga kabanata ng kanilang buhay.
Yep,
Ganon.
okay. Moving forward, this factor is the most common of all why people get jealous. It's really general insecurity. Okay? It's, hindi ako sexy, I'm not physically attractive, I'm shorter, or alam mo yon, meron akong emotional baggages, challenges, trust issues. That's why I get jealous. It's the general insecurity. If you see your partner talking to somebody whom you think is prettier than you or is, more handsome than you, doon napapasok yung, oops, teka lang, baka ma-steal niya tong partner ko. That's why, I have to guard. I have to be on my toes. So yeah, general insecurity. How do we address that?
Well, for one thing, let's try to tone it down a bit. Wag natin siya munang sabihin na insecurity. Medyo mabigat kasi 'yon. Mas
Mhm.
bigatan na natin. Yung mas
Nandun na
masakit.
eh. Oo, nandun na.
Oh,
Yung
nandun eh.
katotohanan na.
So mas bigatan natin. Yung real talk lang talaga. Hindi ka
Mm-hmm.
sapat. Yeah, you
Mm-mm.
Ay,
are not enough. Yeah. Ganyan
Oh
natin
my
siya
God, you're not enough. Almost is never enough.
and it becomes an issue din kasi. I think I opened that a while ago na with sense of inadequacy and insecurity kasi what you there's something missing about you. There's something that's not enough about you. Or you're perceiving that there's something that's missing, and that missing piece or that factor can be found uh, sa ibang tao.
mhm,
And it develops a certain level of or it hones or shapes or you're implanting the seed of anxiety, and it develops into fear na eventually iisipan mo na mawawala siya sa akin.
mhm.
At dun na yung magkakaroon ka siguro ng dynamic na it's either you act on it na magiging controlling ka, magiging obsessive ka, yung magiging you would want to know everything that your partner is doing, or at some point because of your feelings of insecurity even in yourself, baka affected yung level of self-esteem, confidence mo. Kaya
Yeah,
affected ka ngayon na dahil meron ng ibang tao, you just do nothing about it. Hindi mo
yeah,
paglalaban ang nararamdaman mo, hahayaan mo na lang. Pero sa iyo, on your part, that's the most painful thing of all. Hinihintay mo lang mawala yung taong alam mong para na binigyan mo ng parte sa buhay mo, yung taong nasa puso mo. Okay?
mhm.
Ako naman, Miss V, Sir Drew, no, kalmado na ako.
Oo, kumalma na yung boses
Kasi,
Oo,
mo.
hindi, oh my
kumalma
God,
na siya.
oo. Hindi yung kanina lang kasi for everyone lang. Ito lang, general insecurity. Ang masasabi ko lang dito, a piece of advice, unsolicited, no? Um, kung ikaw yung girlfriend or boyfriend ngayon ng partner mo, kailangan mo nang makontento kasi sa libo-libo, milyong-milyong tao na pwedeng piliin, ikaw yung pinili niya. So, hindi mo kailangang ikumpara yung sarili mo dito sa tao na 'to kasi mas maganda siya, mas matalino siya. Laging merong mas, laging merong mas. Pero yung
Yep.
pinakamahalaga do'n kahit may mas, ikaw yung pinili ng partner mo, 'di
Mhm.
ba? So, hindi mo kailangan ma-insecure sa ibang tao kasi
Yes.
mahal ka ng partner mo, gano'n. Gano'n,
Preach!
Slow clap,
gano'n.
slow clap.
Slow clap. Yeah, I have to agree. But before I give my
Totoo.
take on that, I want to say a quick hello to Sir Paul Calimoso. He's watching right now. Hi,
Hi,
Good.
Paul.
Hi,
Paul.
Paul.
And we miss you.
Yeah, miss you, dude. Hope you're all doing well.
Yep. Okay, so general insecurity. I would definitely have to agree with Miss Kim. Actually, the
Mm.
other day, I was talking to a friend and medyo nagko-confide din tong friend sa akin na sabi niya, I don't know if I am the best guy for this girl. Medyo
Mhm.
takot siyang mag-take chances dito sa relationship na to because he thinks that there are other men out there who are better for the girl that he wants. Okay? And then what I told him is this. Sometimes you don't need to be the best person for another person. You just have to be the right person.
Mm.
Okay? Being the best person is different from being the right person. I mean, you could be the most handsome, you could be the tallest, you could have the
Hmm.
best physique, you could be the most intelligent. But if you're not the person that the other person needs, then it's all useless. So in connection, if you are the partner right now, your partner chose you, whether that be he or she is your boyfriend or girlfriend. If you're the chosen one, it means that person saw something in you, fell in love with you, and regardless of what you do not have, he's accepted that, she's accepted that. So anytime you see him talking or flirting with somebody else who's better looking than you are or probably more intelligent than you are, there's really no point in feeling insecure
Mm-mm.
kasi for one, you are the chosen one. Ikaw ang girlfriend, ikaw ang boyfriend, ikaw ang asawa. And maybe the person, your boyfriend, partner, girlfriend, is just really being civil and casual with other people.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay. So, yun. Somebody will always be better, but then again,
Mm.
that does not mean that they're the right person for your partner.
Yes, that is true.
Okay. You have to be reminded of that. Yes, Sergio.
And I think to address inadequacies and insecurities, we always consider that we're not enough. We
Mm-mm.
always There's always part in our hearts and in our minds that says na kulang tayo, that there's a missing piece or you are a missing piece. We need to correct that kind of mindset. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's important we pose a challenge for all of us na we are individually complete. We are complete as we are. Okay, regardless of the flaws, regardless of our inadequacies, regardless of the things
Mm-mm.
that makes us imperfect, those things makes us complete. Okay? And because
Mm-mm.
of that, we need to celebrate and appreciate that incompleteness. Um, para ma-recognize natin na I think I don't need to feel jealous about it. And then once we address that, mag-level up ka na nun. Diyan napasok na
Mm-mm.
yung trust, yung respeto nyo sa isa't isa, and eventually to the highest tier, you're meant with each other.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I have to agree. Definitely. So your inadequacy are what really make you perfect. I mean, they're the ones that really make you perfect for that person.
Siguro ano 'no, addendum lang din, sa mga ibang tao na naka-experience ng gano'n na feeling nila hindi sila sapat, baka hindi ko sinasabing nasa maling relasyon kayo. Pero 'pag
Mm-hmm.
nasa tamang relasyon kayo, hindi niyo mararamdaman na kulang kayo. Hindi niyo
Exactly.
mararamdaman na sobra kayo, pero mararamdaman niyo na enough kayo 'pag nasa tama
Slow
kayong
clap!
relasyon.
Slow
Hindi,
clap!
totoo yun. Hindi mo kasi
Gusto
mararamdaman
ko
na
yung
kailangan mo.
addendum.
Oh,
Oo,
gusto ko yung addendum na yun.
addendum ni Mayor, oo. Hindi mo mararamdaman na kulang ka 'pag yung taong partner mo ngayon, eh, pinaparamdam sa'yo na ikaw lang sapat na, 'no, kahit na
Mm-hmm.
pang-ano yung salita na yun, ikaw lang sapat na gamit na yun. Sabi ko nga, if you're with the right person, intact yung relasyon, intact yung feeling, walang insecurity, walang kahit na anong selos, kasi pinaparamdam ng partner mo yung totoong love, deserve natin yun. Deserve natin yun, mga
Yes.
best.
Uh-oh. That's the ideal kind of relationship. You are with a
Totoo.
partner who makes you feel secure. So there's
Totoo.
double security there. Secure ka na sa sarili mo, self-trust, self-confidence, self-worth.
Mm.
At the same time, ina-assure ka pa ng partner mo that there's really nothing
Totoo.
to be insecure about. Yeah, that will be a perfect relationship, really. The right kind of
Napakasuwerte,
relationship.
oo, ng
Yep.
ganong relasyon.
Mhm. Ayan. Sabi ni Sir Paul Calimoso, hello. And then
Hello.
Christina
Yo, Zach.
Rodriguez, yep. Peredo is also watching. Philip Jason Mulato is also joining us. Karen Degilia is also here. Hello, Karen. Mami Marilyn Sato from Japan said, Konbanwa. Hello, Mami.
Konbanwa!
Sabi na naman. Arigato gozaimasu.
Hi, hi!
Yep. All right. So general insecurity. It's one of the most common roots of jealousy, but like based on our discussion, you shouldn't really feel insecure as an
Mhm.
individual. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another one here. Environment, society, and culture, they all affect our view of jealousy. And like what I've placed in the
Mm.
parenthesis here, most, if not all, Western cultures tend to be less jealous by nature.
Mhm.
'Di ba?
Mm.
American culture, Germany, yung mga ganyan, they're less jealous compared sa atin ng mga Asian. So it's also a factor. A lot of Asian, I'm not generalizing, this is not a general conclusion, pero most of the time, if you have this Western type of culture in you, you have a better understanding on the dynamics of your partner talking to other people, flirting
Mhm.
with other people,
Mhm.
being with their friends and whatnot. Unlike with the Asian culture, medyo tight tayo eh. We tend to be too purist when it comes to relationships. Yeah.
I
So
think
that's
we could add social media there and how it impacts our perceptions and
Mm.
our ideations of relationships. Kasi
mm-hmm.
kapag nakikita natin sa mga movies or even other media na, uy, this is how the ideal is, it affects how our choices are. So, dun tayo naka-align. At
Mm-hmm.
kahit na na-mention ni yung dalawa actually, yung regarding sa falling for it's not, you it's not the ideal person that loves you, but rather the right person.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Um, as much as that is the target, marami tayo kasi mga hurdles na kailangan nating i-leap or
Mm-hmm.
even consider before we go to that point. Eh ngayon
Mm-mm.
we have media surrounding us. So it somehow affects especially yung youth on how they make their personal choices.
Yeah. So there are multiple factors right here:
Mm-mm.
environment,
Mm-mm.
society, culture, even social media. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we have
Totoo.
to agree to. Great. Okay. Quick hello to the people who just joined the live. Al Calma is here. Shout out.
Hi.
Anna Kikuchi. Hello, dear Anna. She's
Hi,
watching us too.
Anna. I miss you.
Yep. Ma'am Konjamse Gumabon is also watching us from Canada, if I'm not mistaken. Hello, ma'am. Good morning. And Jonalyn V. Hello, ma'am. You're also watching the live stream. Thank you for joining the discussion. Again, if you have your own opinions on the matter, please feel free to comment them and
Mm-mm.
definitely we
Yes,
will share them
please.
on the screen. Mas masaya
Yeah.
pag marami tayong nag-uusap dito.
Totoo.
Kasama po kayo sa usapan na ito. So please,
Yep.
we would really appreciate if we get feedback coming from all of you. Much
Mm-hmm.
love.
And yep. If you've just joined, again, we are on the topic, the science of jealousy. We are digging deeper so we may understand further and better why people feel jealous and how do we address that jealousy. Anna said, I miss you all. Oh, we miss you too, dear.
Miss you.
We miss you so much too. I think she's in the US, maybe. I'm not too
Oo.
sure. Yeah, she's in the
Oo.
US too. Good morning. Thank you for joining us this early. Ayan. The next one that I'll flash on the screen right now is this.
Uy, may pa-flash si Mayora.
It's
Ano
an
kaya
infinite
ipa-flash niya?
jealousy.
There's
Competition
also
of
the
one.
preteen and teenage jealousy or competition
Yeah.
and what as one grows. I think we've already touched base on this a while back. You know, how we
Mm-mm.
grew up in the family, if there's, inequality or,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
the upbringing and all that. Ah, okay. She
Nasa Japan
corrected
na siya.
us.
Oo, nasa Japan na
Uh-uh.
siya.
She's in Japan. Hello. Good evening. Arigato gozaimasu. Okay.
Konnichiwa.
Yep. And then, yeah, like what we said, it's genetic. We are wired that way. We have already
Mm.
touched base on that
Mm-mm.
too. And now we go to the part on how we address jealousy.
Mm-mm.
Paano
Mm-mm.
ba natin masosolusyonan tong jealousy na to if we feel it as of the moment or at the moment we felt it? Okay. So there are actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, around ten tips
Mm-mm.
that we will share to them. Okay. By the way, the things that we are sharing to you, they're not made up. Hindi lang po opinion namin or kuro-kuro namin tong mga to. They come
Mm-mm.
from different sources. We have healthline.com, bustle.com, howstuffworks.com. So it is really psychologists, anthropologists who came up with these ideas, and we would like to share them to you. And yeah, we will just give our reactions to each of the advice that they have.
Mm-mm.
So, what if you feel jealous, extremely jealous, normally jealous, abnormally jealous? Here's the
Mm-mm.
first thing that you have to do.
V, before that, let's post a
Yes, po.
challenge for our viewers.
Mm-mm.
Sure.
Um, in the comment section below, if possible, answer if there is a cure for jealousy and what could be that possible cure. I think that's a good question,
Mm-mm.
viewers. Yeah. So
Yep.
again,
All right.
is there a
Oo.
cure for jealousy? And if there is, what could be the possible cure?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Ayun.
Totoo.
Great job, Sir Drew. So, Sir Drew has a challenge, and I will second that challenge. The
Mm-mm.
question is, what is the best cure to
Mm-mm.
jealousy? The best answer will definitely get load from me. Hindi,
Oh
nakalimutan ko
Oh.
sabihin.
wow.
Oo,
Ay, may
nakalimutan ko
price.
sabihin.
May price. 100,000 of happiness. Ayun.
I'll give you free mobile load. Whether you're in Japan, USA, or wherever, yung mga kamag-anak nyo dito sa Pilipinas, pwede nating i-transfer sa kanila yung load na yon. And don't worry, I have a sponsor. So dun sa sponsor ko, ayaw niya magpa-mention. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Na
Ayan.
all may ano, may sponsor.
Naal. Ayun.
Na all.
Ayan. Before we go to the first one, Ronnie Timpog joined the live. Hello, Ronnie. And then Philip Jason Mulato also joined the live and he said, Hi, ma'am. Hi, sir. Hello, Philip.
Hi,
Hello.
Philip.
Thank you for joining the live. Again, what do you think is the best cure
Cure
for jealousy?
for
Okay,
jealousy.
how do we cure it? Okay, so according to experts, here's the first thing that you have to do if you are the jealous type. You have to trace the source or explore the underlying issue.
Mm,
That's the first step, really.
okay.
Know why you are jealous. Is it reasonable? Is it logical? Or is it just an emotional outburst? Walang basehan, naramdaman mo lang, tinopak ka lang
Parang,
at that moment.
oh, parang step sa research ito ah. Trace the source or explore the underlying issues.
Yes. Because
What is your
basically,
statement of the
Oo.
problem?
Oo.
yeah, because basically, if you trace the source or you explore the underlying issue, you know
Oo.
what the next step will be. If it's,
Mm.
an insecurity, then you have to address that insecurity. If it is
Mm.
your partner's behavior towards the opposite sex, then you could
Mm.
also address that through communication and compromise. Or if it's really,
Mm.
something that's going on and halimbawa nga, infidelity or whatever, and you've figured it
Mm.
out, you found out
Mm.
about it, then you have to do something about it as well. But the key
Mm.
here, do not be scared to address the issue kasi that's the primary step for you to be able to, find the right solution to the problem.
Yes.
Tama, tama.
Tama!
Tama ba? Hindi,
What?
siguro just to add, as jealousy is a spectrum of emotions, of feelings,
Mm.
you need to explore the emotions that underpin jealousy. Kasi
Mm.
even once you find what is the source, what is the possible cause of those feelings, then
Mm.
you're a step further in looking for a solution. Because it can
Mm.
inspire self-reflection that may help
Mm.
develop your coping skills dun sa situation na yun.
Mhm. Yeah. Ayun, naghang si Sir Drew. Okay, there you go. Akala ko naghang
Ayun.
siya. Yun na pala yung
Oo nga.
finish nung ano.
Yun
Yeah,
Okay,
na
yun na
yun.
yun.
Yun na yun.
great. Ma'am Kim, any additional input to this before we move to the next one?
Sige, yung una siguro, yung trace the source or explore the underlying issues. Para huwag ka muna agad mag-react agad-agad doon sa
Mhm.
sitwasyon. Kailangan mo munang damhin, alamin kung tama ba na ganito yung gagawin ko. Pag-isipan mo muna ng 10 hanggang 50 beses. Siguro
Mhm.
gano'n. Kalma muna, tapos yung susunod na step na, Ma'am Kat, yun na yung gusto naming malaman ni Andrew.
Yes. I actually
Mm.
love that advice, Miss Kim. Do
Mm.
not be too reactive.
Huwag agad-agad.
Okay, reflective ka muna dapat. Be
Mm.
reflective rather than reactive. Intindihin mo
Mm.
muna bakit mo naramdaman yon, then
Mm.
address it.
True.
Good. Wow, Miss Kim, I love that. Another slow
Yeah.
clap for you. Uh-huh.
Yung sinasabi ni
Ayan.
Ma'am Kim regarding sa breathing, that's very important actually. You
Oo.
actually count from 1 to 10 very
1 to
slowly.
10. Oo.
1, and then in, and then
Mm.
1
Mm.
slowly, and then after that 2. And then habang nag-breathe
Mm.
out ka, doon ka mag-meditate, doon ka
True.
mag-isip-isip.
Oo.
So, and doon mo i-release ang ang nararamdaman as much as you could.
Gano'n.
Pag-apak
Bilang-bilang
mo
lang
ng
Yes.
tapos bigyan.
10, yung sa last number, then it has a very big effect
Oo.
from the emotion
Oo.
that you felt with 1 versus with 10.
Totoo.
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
Kalma muna. Huwag masyadong
Kalma muna.
init ulo, baby.
Yan.
Ayan, before we go to number
Makakalmot.
2, sorry, Miss Kim, go ahead.
Ay, okey na tayo.
Okay. Nag-stop
Oo.
din siya. Ayun. Are you guys with
Ayun,
me?
okey na. Okey na,
Ayan.
okey na.
There
Oo.
you go. We are live. It happens. Yep. Ayan. Anna
Oo.
Kikuchi said, I agree, Ma'am Kim. Dun daw sa sinabi mo. Ayan. Definitely,
Oo.
we all agree with Miss Kim. And then a quick hello lang to those who just joined the live. Ate Kathy David is watching. John Espera from Tondo is watching. Hello, John. Thank you for joining the live again. And then Ann Nulud is also watching. And Erich Joseph is also joining the live. Okay. Here is the second tip or advice that you have to do should you be jealous. Voice your concerns to the person involved. Be honest to avoid the buildup of emotions. and communicate with the person involved. There you go.
Mhm. Totoo
As
yan.
straightforward as that.
I think we
Mm.
established that as well already. Um, by communicating, you're able to express your honesty with the person, and it helps. Kasi nagkakaroon kayo ng productive conversations about what you're feeling and what you're experiencing.
Mm.
Mhm.
And siguro additional lang 'no, for one, eh, sa for one ako si Andrew for one thing, ako for one,
For
'no?
two ka, for two.
For two,
For three ako.
Oo. Um, Totoo yun na you have to vent everything out doon sa involved na tao. Kasi once you include other people na hindi nila alam yung sitwasyon, madadagdagan yung apoy, 'no, madadagdagan yung
Mhm.
fire. So, lalo lang magiging komplikado, mapa-paranoid ka na, kakainin ka na ng mga iniisip mo na yung mga overthinking scenarios ng buhay mo, eh, humingi ka ng advice sa ibang tao, hindi niya naman alam yung sitwasyon, ta's hindi mo dinirekta dun sa tao. Ta's 'pag ide-direct mo na, ang dami mo ng puwedeng sabihin na magiging cause na ng away, na hindi lang maliit pero sobrang laki, kasi hindi mo siya kinonfront. So,
Mhm.
confront the person who's involved, not other people who do not know what is going on. So, ayun.
Yep. I definitely have to agree to that 100%.
Mm.
Oo. Kasi you are two in the relationship, therefore kayong
Mm.
dalawa lang talaga dapat ang involved dun sa problema nyo. In terms of jealousy, right? And to add to that, for three, ayan, for
For
one, for two,
3.
for three, it is also important that we voice out our concerns kasi this should be our mentality or our assumption. Kahit partner mo pa yan, hindi naman niya laging alam na para sa'yo pala, mali na yung nagagawa niya.
Mm.
Okay, I mean, this is the point. Para sa kanya pala, okay lang
Wala
makipag-usap sa
lang 'yun,
iba.
oo, oo.
Para sa kanya pala, okay lang mag-like ng picture ng ibang
Oo,
babae or lalaki sa social media.
oo.
Para sa kanya pala, okay lang makipag-chat sa ibang tao na kaibigan niya or whatever. Sa'yo pala, medyo
Iba, oo,
hindi. Iba yung dating
oo.
sa'yo. So, if you let the person know na hindi ka komportable sa mga ganong activities niya, and
Mm.
that
Mm.
person respects the difference between the two of you, and
Mm.
gusto kanyang ilagay dun sa place na at peace ka,
Mm.
syempre babaguhin niya yon.
Oo,
Okay? Kung hindi man niya mababago 360 degrees, babawasan niya. Or kung hindi
oo,
niya man kayang bawasan yon, pwede niya ring i-communicate sa'yo na, "Love, hon, this is okay. I am normally like this. Talagang
oo.
nakikipag-usap lang ako sa ibang tao. You don't have to take it against you or
Oo,
against our
mm,
relationship. Walang
mm,
mali siya 'to." Or baka naman kasi
mm.
nakilala mo yung tao, gano'n na siya ka-friendly.
Oo, totoo.
'Di ba? So if you communicate what you feel, the other person will be given the chance to tell you or to explain to you the situation para maliwanagan ka rin naman, 'di ba?
Totoo, totoo.
So the bottom line here is you will both compromise. Ikaw, hindi ka komportable sa ganon, babawasan ng partner mo. Ikaw din naman kailangan mong intindihin that's natural for him. So huwag
Mm.
ka rin namang magselos,
Mm.
'di ba? So really, you just really need to talk it out. Okay, and compromise. Have a common ground kung saan kayo parehong komportable at hindi kayo alam mo yun, nagpupuresahan sa isa't isa.
Mm. Mm.
Yep,
big
ayan.
word yun, compromise.
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 Yes. Apart from communication and timing, compromise is another factor when it comes to
Oo.
jealousy, really.
Mm.
Ayan. So
Kumpletuhin
again,
natin mga communication, compromise. Ano yung susunod na C?
ah,
Oo.
pag-isipan natin.
Oo.
Ayan. So,
Compensate, gano'n.
oo, puwede wag namang
Pwede,
compensate,
pwede.
pero puwede, oo. Ayan. So ayun na, sa mga kaka-join lang, again yung pinost na challenge ni Sir Andrew, what is the best cure for jealousy? The best answer will be given a prize. And we're not kidding, mamimigay talaga kami ng load. Well, oo, load talaga. Ayan. Okay, number
Load.
3. Oo, load talaga. Kasi
May
yung
paload.
yung pabonggang grocery items ko for my birthday bash pa yon. And by the way, malapit na yung birthday namin ni Miss Kim, ayan. So, hindi na namin
Bro.
ibubulgar
Yes.
kung kailan.
Oo,
But it's
Uh,
definitely coming soon.
may
Okay.
clue, magkasunod kami ng birthday ni Miss Kat,
Oo.
literal.
Literal na magkasunod.
Oo,
Mauuna siya tapos ako. Ayan.
oo.
Alright. We're August babies. Number 3.
Mm.
Talk to a trusted friend or a therapist. Ito naman, kanina kasi sabi ni Miss Kim, kayo munang dalawa ang
Mm.
mag-usap,
Kayo
okay?
muna.
Now oo. Now if things go out of hand, hindi na kayo magkaintindihan at
Mm.
na-sever na yung situation, ibig sabihin talaga lumala, okay? Naging severe na yung situation. The best thing to do is talk to a trusted friend or better yet, if it's gotten really psychological or
Mm.
talagang meron ng bugbugang nangyayari, look
Mhm.
for a therapist. Somebody who is legal and authorized to advise you on what to do. Kasi nga, we've already established this fact kanina na jealousy, apart from being a natural human emotion, it has the tendency to be too extreme then if it's not
Mm.
managed
Mm.
properly. Okay, so that's number 3. Talk to a trusted friend or look for a therapist.
Mm.
I was about to open that up nung sinabi ni Kim yung explanation niya for the second one.
Mm.
Kasi I have some reservations din kasi.
Mm.
Um, um, you need to be cautious
Mm.
with the idea of just you talking. Kasi
Mm.
sometimes, ang kailangan lang natin is someone to just listen with no
Mm.
judgment, with no any
Mm.
advice,
Mm.
nothing at all.
Totoo.
So, if you have a trusted friend, even alam mild lang yung ano, yung feelings of jealousy na nararamdaman ninyo, at kaya niyang saluhin yon
Mm.
and
Mm.
ready ka sa possible na mangyari, then
Mm.
I think that's healthy already. Maybe nag-elevate lang siya to the therapist once na nagkakaroon ka na ng feelings of hopelessness or
Mm.
learned hopelessness ang tawag namin dun sa psych. Kasi diyan mo na na-experience na you are, yun, highest level of that you're not enough, na hindi ka sapat, na anything that you will do, walang mangyayari. I think that is the tipping point wherein you also, you need professional help for this one.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yep. So, ang pinaka parang threshold natin if it's gotten too extreme
Yeah.
Mm.
and helpless and hopeless, then it's about time we talk to somebody we can trust or somebody
Oo.
who is authorized to give us advice or to listen to
Mm.
us practically.
Somebody who's Miss V and Sir Drew.
Oh no.
Hindi kasi I'm sharing that kasi just for to have someone who'll just listen, malaking bagay na
Importante
yun kasi.
yun. Sobra.
That sort of healing kasi. Na no one will
Mm.
judge you, or if they will judge you, these are basically just your trusted friends. Parang kami ng ni ano ni
Oo.
ni Bia tsaka ni
Kaming tatlo. Oo, literal. Hi, Ma'am Fides. Hi. Hi,
Uy,
Fidelity. We miss you,
Fides!
Fidelity.
Hello!
Mabuhay ka
For the first
dyan.
time in forever, nakasali siya sa
Oo,
live stream.
Oo
nakasama.
nga!
Oo. We miss you,
Miss
Fidelity.
you!
Yeah, we really
Yan.
miss you. Ayun. So yeah, you have to talk to your trusted friends and yun nga, if it's necessary that you seek for, professional advice, do it. Do it,
Mm-mm.
especially if
Mm-mm.
there's physical abuse that's, involved.
Ibo.
Okay. Yeah, so that's number 3. And then this one is one of my favorites actually. Put a different spin on jealousy.
Paano yung spin? Pasample
Paano
ng
yun?
spin.
Teka lang, magba-backflip ako. No, I'm just kidding.
Oo.
What I mean here, or what they mean here, probably is this. 'Di ba, when you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a partner,
Mm.
husband, wife, tapos nakita mong merong ibang tao, whether it be, a girl or a guy,
Mhm.
medyo flirty-flirty sa partner mo.
Mm.
Instead of feeling jealous, this is what you do or what you tell yourself.
Mm.
Ah, this girl, this guy is showing interest for or to my partner. That means I have an attractive
Attractive.
boyfriend and I
Oo,
have an
gano'n.
attractive partner.
Girlfriend.
You have to
Mm.
be proud. That's the bottom line. You have to be proud instead of jealous. Kasi ibig sabihin, other people also acknowledge the qualities of your partner that probably you are also, you know, yun din yung mga dahilan kung ba't mo siya nagustuhan. Okay, the same reasons why you like the
Mm.
person. So instead of feeling jealous, you have to be proud. Look at my partner, other people like him too. Other girls find him attractive too. And I'm the girlfriend. I should be proud. I'm the queen. So instead
Oo.
of being jealous, ganun dapat yung mentality mo.
So, puwede rin siguro yung ganito 'no, put a different spin on jealousy. For example, magkasama kayo sa mall, ta's may nakita
Mm,
kayong, "Uy, ang gwapo nun," or "Ang ganda nun."
mm,
you join him. Ay, oo nga, maganda nga, babe, ah. Yung gano'n, parang wag mong anuhan, wag kang magselos agad. Parang ina-appreciate niyo lang yung kagandahan ng isang tao. Wala naman siyang balak na pagkatapos ng sinabing ang ganda, kukuhanin niya yung number.
Oo,
Parang ano
oo.
lang,
Mm.
you join him on appreciating other people, other beautiful people. Yung gano'n. Wag
Mm.
tayo agad mag-rage, magalit, magwala, maging grudge, gano'n, char. Yung
Yes.
mga gano'ng bagay. Mm.
I think what you're pointing at is that you're reassuring your partner of their interest and their attraction. You're
Mm.
recognizing that kasi importante
Mm.
yun eh. And
Mm.
actually, research would actually prove or they found out that nagiging stable ang relationships kapag nagkakaroon ng reassurance of these kinds of
Mm.
interests.
Mm.
Na parang, uy, ang ganda nun, no? Tapos
Mm.
ikaw naman,
Mm.
yung example nga ni Miss Kim, that's
Mm.
actually a healthy way of looking at
Mm.
or expressing jealousy. You're trying to you spin it around. You try to
Mm.
put a different take on it, kumbaga.
Oo. Mm.
Yep. Wag selos agad.
Mm.
Kasi you also have to understand na halimbawa, yun nga, may ibang taong nakikipag-usap sa partner mo, eh, wala naman din ginagawang masama yung partner mo, nakikipag-usap
Totoo.
lang din.
Totoo.
Bakit ka magagalit? Bakit ka magseselos, 'di ba? 'Wag
Kaya
agad
nga.
assuming, 'di ba?
Oo.
Especially if your partner is not reciprocating naman the flirtiness of the other person. Nandun
Mm.
lang siya being
Totoo.
polite and respectful, gano'n. Mararamdaman mo naman yun kung medyo kailangan mo ng,
Medyo
'di
oo.
ba, on guard or hayaan mo lang. Mararamdaman mo yun definitely. So, instead of being jealous immediately, try to have fun. Look at it from the other
Mm.
side.
Mm.
Okay? Ayan. Some people joined the live. John Erdelino is watching. Angel Mangilit Capuno is also watching. Paula Villavicencio is also watching. And DM Gracilia is also watching. Hello po sa inyong lahat.
Hello.
Sabi ni
Dami na niyan lahat.
Fidel,
That's 11,000, 11 million sila.
actually 12 million on my end eh. Ayan, nag-11,000 ulit sila.
Ang bi ang bilis,
Oo.
parang yung ano lang, yung mga huwag natin pag-usapan yung biglang naka-recover sa COVID. Char!
Wag ka naman
Char!
mag ayan, sabi ni Miss Fides, "Join ako." Sure,
Sure.
message mo ako sa Messenger, I'll send you a link so you could also go live din.
Mm.
Puwedeng-puwede. And then, sabi ni John from Tondo, "Best option ka pa rin, attract lang siya sa iba pero ikaw pa rin ang love niya." Totoo din naman.
Oo, totoo din
Oo.
naman.
If you've
Pero
watched our previous ay, sorry Miss Kim,
mm,
go ahead po.
pero ayokong maging option. Char!
Oo, ikaw lang yung dapat only
Ako
choice,
lang.
ano?
Oo.
Charot.
Oo,
Hindi, pero totoo naman 'yan
oo.
na na-attract lang din sa iba, pero ikaw pa din ang love niya, gano'n.
Yep. Actually nung
Miss
ano, nung
Miss
previous
Kim.
live na ay sorry po,
Oh,
go.
ano
Ay,
'yun?
sorry, B. Miss Kim. Yung
Ano
energy mo.
oo, energy ko ba? Actually, nanghihina ako
Talaga,
ngayon.
talagang nag-chill ka.
Nagchi-chill ako ngayon.
Kasi nag-tone down
Hindi kaya oo,
yung
gano'n, pero
energy.
okey na ako. Ano ba, kumalma
Kumalma
na
na siya, eh,
ako.
na-release ko niya
Kumalma
kanina,
na.
eh.
Oo,
Oh,
nai-release ko na. Thank you sa
Oo.
live na 'to, nai-release ko po yung mga bagay.
Ayan,
Char!
Larissa De Leon, Dizon is
Oo.
also joining us right now. Ayun, in going back to John Espero's opinion, if you've watched our previous lives, we've already mentioned this, that physical attraction, whether you are single or in a relationship, is nothing but natural. Okay? Doing something
Mm.
about the attraction, dun tayo magkakaproblema. Okay? So if your partner is attracted to different people and they're not doing anything about that attraction, let them be. Pero if they did something about that attraction, yun nga, minessage nila, kinilala nila, ginawa nila, pinagpalit ka nila sa kanila, and whatever, that will be
Mm.
a big problem. Yeah. And then another comment here, sabi niya, hindi ako selosa. Kaso, how would you tell if sobra na? A question rather than a comment.
Kim.
Hmm?
PM ka
Hindi
na lang
ako
namin.
selosa, kaso how
Hindi,
would you
joke lang.
tell if sobra na hindi ko gets. I mean, hindi siya selosa.
Yep. But how will you tell daw if sobra na yung pagsiselos?
Ah,
Kanina, we were talking about this one, the abnormal type of jealousy already. We
oo.
said that if it goes too extreme na, Like it is
Oo.
psychotic, neurotic, and it leads to physical violence na, domestic violence, nagpapatayan na kayo.
Mm.
Hindi na siya nafi-fix sa communication. Okay,
Mhm.
nagkakasakitan na kayo or if hindi mo man nasasaktan yung partner mo, yun nga, sinasaktan mo na yung sarili mo, then
Mm.
yon sobra na yon. If it's
Mm.
obsessive, possessive,
Mm.
illogical, walang basehan, yep, that's gonna be too much
I
already.
think yun na yun. Yun na yung sinabi ni Miss V, 'no, na
Yeah,
yun na yung mga parang factors na sumosobra na.
yeah. So
Siguro.
somebody wants to
Mm.
join the live and I am putting her on the screen now.
Yes! Really?
Yan.
OMG!
Hello!
Hi! Fidelity, we miss you so much.
I miss you
Kamusta ka
guys. Manggugulo
dyan?
lang ako dito.
Hi!
Sure. Nasaan ka ba? Batiin mo naman ang ating mga
True.
Mga
kababayan.
kababayan mo dito sa Pilipinas. Oo.
Magandang hapon po. Hapon po ba dyan? O gabi na?
Gabi na.
Gabi, gabi,
Gabi
gabi.
na,
Gabi
gabi
na,
na.
no?
Dito.
It's already
Ano na, 8:43 na.
8:30? 8:40.
Oo,
Oo, ganun,
8:43.
8:40.
Gabi.
Oo. May delay kasi nasa ibang bansa ang ating mamang.
Oo.
Oo.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Yes.
3:43 dito. Sa mga sinasabi ninyo.
Maniwala ka na. Ayan, may aso sila doon. Ayan, so anong take mo dito? Kasi mayroong challenge kanina si Sir Drew, sabi niya, ano
Oo.
kaya yung pinaka-best na cure sa pagseselos? Ano naman ang mai-share mo sa ating mga viewers?
Ayan. Pro level yan.
Actually, oo. Ako selosa ako, number 1.
Oo.
Number 1. Tumingin lang sa iba, may meaning na sa akin. Kasi alam ko kung kilala ko partner ko. Pag
Mm.
ganoon. Pero sabi mo nga kanina, hindi kasi ako agad nag-join eh. I was busy.
Mm. Ayun, medyo naglalag na dahil nasa ibang bansa si mamang.
Yeah.
Oo. Abril, medyo
Try
naglalag ka.
to be positive. Yan.
Try to be, ayun. Yun lang yung nakuha ko. Try to be positive.
Positive.
Oo, sabi niyo yan. Madaling sabihin na you have to be
Ang hirap pag live eh, no? Merong delay
Oo.
talaga.
try
Oo. Ay, sorry.
Ay,
Uy, ano
may
yun?
aso sa kabilang
May aso
sa
sa
ano na 'to,
saan?
animal land na 'to.
Oo.
Sorry, sorry.
actually, madaling sabihin yan yung wag assuming, wag agad magselos. Madaling sabihin yan kasi we are strong. Tayo. I know you
Mhm,
guys, you
oo,
are stronger person.
Oo.
Pero tingnan natin dun sa aspeto ng isang very weak and very insecure. 'Di
mm,
ba? Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na wag kang assuming. Automatic yan eh. Lalo na pagka you are really possessive. Tama ba yung word
mm,
na talagang you're too much in love with that person and you want that person to be yours only. You don't want to share
mm,
Mm.
him to anyone.
Mm.
Share him or share her to anyone. Siguro, dahil napagdaanan na natin yan, no? Sa tanda ko na to, napagdaanan ko na yan. Siguro, ang pwede kong ma-share dun sa mga tao na, kasi, hindi na natin pwede, parang, mas advisean natin yung mga weak personality,
Mhm.
yung mga weak person. Siguro, ang pwede nilang gawin is, pag alam mo na, feeling mo na nagsiselos ka na agad, hawakan mo yung kamay ng kapartner mo.
mhm,
And
Mm.
then, tignan mo siya sa mata. Sa mata. Kayong dalawa lang. Hold her. Hawakan mo yung kamay niya. Tignan mo sa mata. Yan, like that. Squeeze the hand. And then, mag-ano ka sa kanya, yung mag-twinkle eyes. Tapos
Payo.
titignan ka niya. Oo. Talaga, hold mo para maramdaman ng kapartner mo that you're feeling insecure. Na ma-feel niya na nagsiselos ka. And your
Mm.
partner will definitely adjust.
mhm,
Mm.
Yun kasi weak tayo eh. Kunyari ako.
Mm.
Ako, ganun ako eh. Pagka alam ko nagsiselos na ako, pagka alam natin yung partner natin hindi flirty.
Mm.
Pero yung kausap niya is
Mm.
trying to be flirty sa
Mhm.
kapartner
Totoo yan.
natin. 'Di ba?
Mm.
So, para
Yes.
malaman ng kapartner mo na nag-flirt na yung babae sa kanya or yung lalaki sa kanya, hawakan mo yung kamay
Mag-hint ka
niya.
na.
O,
Oo.
mag-hint ka na. So, kasi
Mm.
yun lang eh. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na, ay, hindi mo na ako magsiselos. Hindi. Automatic ang reaction ng
Mm.
pagsiselos. Hindi mo
Yes.
pwedeng sabihin, oy, selos, mamaya ka na. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin yan. It's a feeling. It's an automatic feeling na hindi mo pwedeng ipagpamamaya. On the spot yan eh. Kahit naman tayo, kahit tayo na very strong,
Oo.
tama yung sinabi mo, Ma'am V, mararamdaman mo
Oo.
agad.
Yep.
Pero dahil nga very weak yung personality ng mga iba, so ang tendency, hindi nila kayang sabihin, 'di ba? Or hindi nila
Mhm.
kayang kontrolin. So, paano i-control? I-control mo yung kapartner mo.
Yep.
Mm.
Tapos
Sa mga
makakakuha siya ng hint. Makakakuha siya
yep.
ng hint, and then, eventually, pwede niya sabihin na, oh, mauna na kami, or ganito, or ganyan. Tapos, yun lang. Then your partner will definitely understand what you feel. Tapos, siya ang mag-a-adjust sa'yo. Afterwards,
Yes.
ikaw na rin ang mag-a-adjust nun. Hanggang
Yep.
sa tuluyan mo nang ma-adjust yung sarili mo sa mga ganong situation.
Mhm. We have to agree with Mamang
Mm.
Abril. Sa mga lalaking nanonood sa atin baka kasi magtaka kayo, ano yung sinasabi ni Miss Abril na mararamdaman mo lang? Kasi women are naturally intuitive. Malakas ang
Mm.
pandama
Ang
namin
oo,
compared to the
sobra.
Yeah,
males,
totoo
oo.
yan.
And siyempre,
Mararamdaman mong may mali talaga.
oo, dahil babae kami, alam namin yung dynamics kung saan nag-ooperate ang kapwa namin babae. Alam
Babae.
namin kapag
Oo,
Babae.
totoo,
sensitibo yung
totoo.
babae sa partner namin at alam din naman namin kung friendly intentions lang yung meron yung babae sa partner namin.
Mm.
So, may point
Mm.
din si Miss April nung sinabi niya na, hindi ka puwedeng, alam mo yun, hindi magselos dahil
Mm.
mararamdaman mo siya. So,
Mm.
parang kanina going back dun sa ibang
Oo,
tips natin,
sinabi nga natin kanina yung part na
it's
yun.
best na i-communicate mo na sa partner mo agad na, "Oops, honey,
Totoo.
something's going on." So, kung
Hindi
naiintindihan
ako
ka nga ng partner mo, yun mag-a-adjust din siya for you.
Totoo
Thank
At
you.
naman.
saka
Nag-adjust naman.
additional,
Yes,
kung
Miss
tayong
April.
mga babae, may women's intuition, meron din ng mga lalaki. I believe that.
Yes,
Oo.
they
Kasi
do.
Oo,
pagka,
oo.
ano din sila eh, very possessive din sila sa mga partners nila eh. Lalo na,
Mm.
kasi alam nila dahil pareho silang lalaki, they know.
Oo.
So,
Oo, alam din nila yun.
kayong mga guys, kung alam niyo na, pati kayo rin, kunyari ako, hindi ko alam na nagpo-flirty-flirty na pala sa'yo si girl, pero ikaw na lalaki, nafe-feel mo na nagpo-flirty-flirty na, assure mo na yung partner mo na
Mm.
stop it na, doon pa lang. Para hindi na siya mapunta doon sa point na magsiselos siya at pag-aawayin.
Totoo.
Kasi
Totoo.
mararamdaman ng lalaki yan eh. Sino ba naman ng lalaki hindi
Mm.
makakaramdam na lumalandi ang babae sa kanya, di ba?
Oo,
Ayun,
totoo naman.
ang lumalandi. Oh, sige.
Oo. Talagang
Oo,
may mga
totoo
ganyan.
naman.
May mga ganyan.
Totoo
I've
naman.
been there, done that. Sabi nga
I
nila.
know. Siguro ang point ni Miss Abril dito, prevention is better than cure.
Than
So bago
cure.
pa
Oo.
pumunta dun sa point na nagseselosan kayo sa isa't isa, itigil niyo na
Iwasan mo
yung
na habang mas
factor.
maaga. Oo,
Oo,
agad-agad.
na nagko-contribute. Yes. Wow, nice naman yun, Miss Abril. Bago ang lahat maghe-hello lang ako sa mga bagong pasok sa atin. Kay Jaja Suarez, hello, thank you for joining the live. Keith Zaff, hello. Jerome LD is also joining the live, hello. And to Tito Ferdinand Suba, hello po, thank you for joining us. To Joy Roman, hi Soup! Kumusta ka na? Chris Sambile is also here. Janila Ebrada is also joining us. Sir Peter John Isip is also joining us and he said, "Hi, miss you guys. Sali ako next time." Sure. Just let me know kung kailan ang free
Hi,
time mo.
Peter!
Yep.
Mm.
Kagaya ni Miss Abril. Isasalang kita. Basta-basta.
Oo,
Mabilis lang.
agad-agad. Go.
Agad-agad. Just let me know when you are free. Ayan. Anything else that you wanna add, Miss Abril?
Ano ba yun? Nakalimutan ko eh. Nasa tip ng dila ko, nakalimutan ko. Balikan ko ulit.
Sige,
Sabi
sige.
ko na
Oo, tip pala sa mga guys. Ito guys, ito tip. Kasi mas
Mm.
madalas
Sige.
magselos ang babae.
Yes.
Oo.
kesa sa lalaki, 'di ba? So,
Oo.
ang tip ko lang sa inyo guys, para hindi nyo pag-awayan, pag may na-encounter kayong ganyan, never exchange numbers.
Mhm.
Never, ever, ever exchange numbers. Kunyari, kukunin niya yung number mo, don't give.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's not rude na hindi mo ibigay ang number mo. It's
Oh.
just a respect for your partner na, unless it's business, sure.
Yep.
Pero kung it's a monkey business, na alam mo naman, never ever.
Oo.
Kasi kung binigay mo para sa akin, if you exchange numbers, may meaning na yan. Magiging
Mhm.
ano na yan sa foundation ng relationship ninyo. You would always, lagi na lang ganyan yan. Tatawag siya sa'yo, tatawag ka sa kanya, hindi pwedeng hindi mo siya sagutin. So, para hindi ka na lang makonsensya na hindi mo siya sasagutin sa mga tawag niya or sa mga text niya, di wag ka magbigay ng number.
Yep. Basically, don't do anything other than, being respectful and civil with the person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's nothing,
Yeah.
Apparently,
para
I
sa
think
akin, oo.
Yes, Sir Drew.
apparently, I think what Miss Abril is saying to all of us is that we should know our own capacity and understand where our boundaries lie.
Yes.
Ganyan natin siya i-consider. So if you
Yes.
know that you have this kind of relationship and that there might be some complications that might happen,
Mm-mm.
there's nothing wrong in saying no and trying to be a pass.
Oo.
Kasi you're
Totoo.
in the start of our discussion, we started understanding jealousy in a more biblical or not just biblical. That jealousy is a protective, a preserving act. So ganun siya natin tingnan. Kasi you're trying to protect something, your relationship.
Yes.
Yes. And additional pa pala, one last additional. Kung
Sure.
talagang ayaw mong maging basto sa harapan niya, na ayaw mo ibigay yung number niya, at alam mo, yung partner mo is very, very, very seloso talaga. Ikaw mismo alam mo kung ano ugali ng partner mo. Give your partner's number, not your own number. Para hindi siya magselos. Di ba?
Yes.
Ano
Ha-ha.
lang yun? Ay, oo
Alam
nga
na
pala. Okay.
this. Thank you so
Babe,
much sa sa
yeah.
tip na yan.
Babe,
Oo.
I'll give your number to her. Babe, I'll give your number to him. So,
Yeah.
makaka-hint na. Pareho na kayo magkakaroon ng hint. Yung hint
Copy,
nun,
babe.
yung si babe mo, maa-assure
Oh.
na, ang number ko binigay. Okay. So,
Yeah.
alam mo kung ano yung magiging ninyo.
Kung
Yeah.
anong
Tapos,
text ni,
yung
oo.
namang nanghingi ng number sa'yo, makakakuha siya ng hint na, seloso ang partner.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it only goes to show na,
Tanga na lang yung unang hingi ng number sa'yo kung hindi niya maiintindihan bakit yung number ng partner niya ang ibinigay sa'yo.
yeah. It only goes to show that your partner does not have an ulterior motive. Kaya niya binigay yung
Yes.
number mo
Number
instead of
mo.
his or hers.
Yes. And assure, oo. Kasi kunyari, ang partner ko very seloso. I-assure ko siya na nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay? Para at least, pag sinabi niya, no, yung number mo na lang ibigay mo. At least, sa kanya nang galing.
Mm-mm.
Wala na kayong pag-aawayan.
Mm-mm. Totoo.
Yep. We have to agree. And we just want to say hello to, Ma'am Jo. Hi, Ma'am, thank you for joining the live. Ayan. Tapos sabi ni Sir Peter John, usapang ghosting naman next time. Game ako. Total malapit ng Halloween. Ayan. Yeah, sure. We could talk about ghosting too on the next episodes of Ask V. Ayan. Good points, Ma'am.
Maraming mga pwede pag-usapan dito. Sabi niya, ghosting. Meron ako dyan. Pangalawa, pagka may time pa kayo.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you very much sa mga advice na yun. If you have time to stay, please join us. And we are just on the fifth advice. Ayan. Very quickly, let's look into it. Sabi dun sa sources natin, consider the full picture, meaning to say, think of the long-time effect of your jealousy if it is valid or not. And then practice the in-the-moment coping techniques and practice mindfulness. Acknowledge what you feel. So yung mga in-the-moment coping techniques, eto sila. There are actually three, if I'm not mistaken. Number one, if you have the time, you can write down what you feel. Okay? Instead of bursting out, you can write down what you feel. The next one is take a walk. Maglakad ka muna. Kumalma ka muna. Right?
Mm-mm.
And then the third one is give yourself space. And the
Mm-mm.
fourth one is do a 10-minute calming activity or calming activity. So, ang
Mm-hmm.
pinaka-bottom line ng advice na ito ay, yun nga, kung medyo nasa sitwasyon ka na pwede mo namang kontrolin yung emotions mo, instead
Mm-mm.
of bursting, you know, and having a moment, lalo na kung nasa public space or public place, ayan, kalma muna. Okay? Take a walk, take a breather, kumbaga. Ayun. That's tip
I'll just,
number 5.
I'll
Mm-mm.
just add to that. When you say mindfulness, it's a meditative technique. It's a form
Yeah.
of meditation, basically.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So its purpose is to understand the context of the here and now. Kaya nga, yun yung sinasabi ni Miss V na try to understand what you're feeling. Actually, ito na yung ano, it is the application of what we discussed
What
already.
we
Try
are
to understand what
discussing.
Yeah.
you're feeling. What are you thinking? What could be the possible things that you can do and you must not do? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you move on to a certain parang ang tawag namin doon grounding. Kumbaga you are now standing in the present in the state we're in. Alam mo, this is where I am in. This is the situation. This is my
Mm-mm.
feelings,
Mm-mm.
recognizing them, and this is the possibly ito yung pwedeng isipin ng taong to, and so on and so forth. So ganyan yung acknowledge na sinasabi nila kapag mindfulness.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay?
And even if jealousy is really an emotion, we are logical human beings. We are rational human beings. Therefore, we can control emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So if you're given the time, the avenue to reflect first nga, be reflective rather than reactive, then you may do this mindful activities. Take a walk, take a breather, give yourself some space, and then yun nga, kalma muna. Wag away agad. Okay?
So,
Mm-mm.
Consider the full picture. Yun nga, the long time effect of the jealousy. Kasi
Mm-mm.
if what you're being jealous about is just, a minute matter, sobrang liit lang, walang kakwenta-kwenta, do you think it's worth 3 days of being in an argument with your
Mm-mm.
partner? So,
Mm-mm.
dapat
Mm-mm.
ganun yung mentality eh. No? Kung naman talagang walang kakwenta-kwenta yung dahilan ba't ka nagselos, if you could just shrug it off, no? Ipag sa walang bahala mo na lang, pwede naman. But if it's really a big deal, then you have to address it. But before you address it, make sure kalma ka, kalmado, para
Siguro,
maiwasan
ano
yung
lang, oo.
away.
Super short lang na additional information. Always look at the picture ng magiging outcome ng reactions mo. Kasi
Mhm.
pagka nagkamali ka ng reactions, yung parang agad-agad kang nag-react sa isang bagay. Tapos, hindi ka na huminahon. Pwedeng maging cause yun ng breakup nyo.
Yes.
Agad, agad. Totoo.
Oo.
Dahil nakain ka eh. Kinain ka ng sistema ng pagseselos. So,
Oo.
what I'm trying to say here is, try to eat the system of jealousy. Para nga pagkatapos nun, alam mo yon, na-release mo na siya. At hindi ikaw yung
Mm.
kinain ng sistema ng pagseselos. Ganon.
Yeah. Oo. Wag pa dalos-dalos, wag pa
Mm-mm.
bugso-bugso. Totoo din.
yan
At
mga,
saka Miss Kim,
yung mga
oo,
bata, makinig kayo kay Kim.
Yes.
Makinig kayo kay Ate
Sobrang
Kim,
kalmado.
kay Miss
Kalmado.
Kim.
Mm-mm.
Gusto ko yung ano,
ina
parang counselor voice.
oo,
Well,
yes.
Oo. Oo.
so how are you feeling?
Oo.
Can you please
Depende kasi sa,
Kalmang-kalmahin.
oo,
share?
depende kasi sa sinasabi ko, yung emotions ko,
Oo.
inside out, gano'n.
Oo. Hindi, at saka in addition dun sa
Mm-mm.
sinabi ni Miss Kim, tandaan niyo din kapag nagseselos kayo tapos biglang in the moment nagkaroon ng outburst of emotions, mahirap
Mm-mm.
nang bawiin yung mga posibleng masasabi mo
Parang
na
yun sa True Night and
makakasakit.
Day, 'di ba?
Oo,
Parang
'di
doon
ba?
yung gano'n, yung moment na yon, alam niyo yung moment na yon na bigla na lang silang naghiwalay.
Yes. So, minsan kapag emotional ka at naru ka ng emotion mo, may mga bagay kang nasasabing hindi mo naman talaga mini-mean at meron kang mga
Mm,
desisyon na gagawa na hindi mo naman din talaga
talaga, oo,
pinag-isipan,
totoo. Dahil lang yun sa
'yan,
galit,
or sa selos,
oo, selos yun.
'yun. So, kalma ha guys, kalmahan lang natin, chill
I
lang,
am.
chill. Oo, chill lang natin. Puwede namang pag-awayan 'pag kalmado na.
Yes, direct,
Chill.
direct, chill tayo.
Okay, the next one, number 6, practice gratitude for what you have. Ito, to
Hmm.
avoid insecurity, be thankful for what you are and who you are. physically, emotionally, mentally. Gusto mong tanggapin ka ng ibang tao, gusto mong tanggapin ka ng partner mo ng buong-buo, tanggapin mo rin kung sino ka at ano ka, walang reservation. Kesehot
Mm.
pangit ka, mataba ka, hindi ka matalino, hindi ka kumakanta, whatever it is na wala sa'yo, accept who you are. And be thankful that you are that person. Because when you do that, kahit sino pang maganda or gwapo ang ibalandra sa harap mo, you will not feel the slightest hint of insecurity.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay? So, yun yan.
Mm.
Bago ko tanungin yung mga opinion nyo, ma'am, sir, meron po ditong tanong. Sabi ni Al Calma. Sir Drew, pabasa naman po.
Sabi ni Sir Al Calma, papaano niyo po masasabi itong tao na to, ano, ang makakasama mo for long, ang
Makakasama,
makakasama mo,
makakasama.
makakasama mo for long term. Thanks in advance.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Pa-shout.
Shout out.
Pa-shout. Anyways, Ma'am Kim?
Eh, paano niyo masasabi na itong tao alam mo hindi mo naman masasabi yun, mararamdaman mo yun, 'no? Hindi mo
Mm,
puwedeng sabihin na, "Ay, feeling ko ganito." Parang paano ko ba 'to masasabi? I mean, kasabi ko hindi nga sinasabi,
ano
mararamdaman
ba
mo naman
talaga?
yun. Hindi, I mean, mararamdaman mo doon sa tao kung siya na. Kung lahat naniniwala ba kayo sa sign?
Hindi, ganito
Ah,
lang.
minsan.
Bongga,
Ay,
ayoko na.
si
Ayun.
Kathy,
Oo.
si V, alam eh,
May
it's a
sign,
different take
oo.
on her eh. Pero
And
for one thing,
Para
maybe just to
konting
assist you a bit,
oo.
um,
Mm.
we're not destined to find the right one
Oo,
immediately.
oo.
So, we might not, am I still there, guys?
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
Ayan,
yeah.
you hear.
Oo,
yan,
oo, oo.
yan. Kumbaga, hindi kaya predestined to find the right one the long term already. Marami tayong pagdadaan. And even if
Mm.
we find the right one, quote unquote, marami rin kayong pagdadaanan para masasabi mong you'll eventually end up
You'll be
long
in a
term.
long-term relationship.
Yeah. So,
Mm,
um, to answer the question, there is no way.
Totoo, wala. At saka may naalala akong sinabi sa'kin ni Drew nung dito sa papunta dito sa, basta may pinuntahan kami nakalimutan ko na. Ang sabi
Oo,
niya,
lalo
"Kim,
pa yun.
isipin mo 'to, kaya mo ba siyang makasama ng 5 years, ng 10 years?" Yung gano'n, yung parang ikaw
Yeah,
mismo
yeah.
oo, naalala ko yun. Naalala ko na sinabi sa'kin ni Andrew yun. Ta's yung sagot ko yata nung una, oo, pero parang hindi. Sabi ko, so naguguluhan ako. So technically, minsan kayo lang din yung gumagawa kung kaya niyo bang panindigan yung matagal na relasyon. Nasa sa inyo din yun, eh. Kasi minsan, ang relasyon nasa tamang ano 'yan, paghawak, sa tamang management niyo bilang
Yeah.
mag-partner. Kasi sabi nila, kumbaga sa when you're riding a boat, hindi puwedeng isa lang yung nagpa-paddle, 'no? Hindi kayo pupunta any further. You're not going any further unless you're doing it both, to make the relationship, move and ayun nga, yung long term. So,
yeah.
it takes two to two
Chata.
Tango.
oo,
Cha-cha? Rumba?
oo, to tango.
Okay.
Ayun.
Sige. To Al, I'll give you two answers. I'll give you a
Yan.
romantic view and I'll give you a realistic point of view. Okay?
Yan.
So
Alam
whichever
natin yan.
whichever you believe in, it's really up to you, but this is just my take on this. So let's begin with romantic point of view. You will know if the person is the right one for you or if it's someone you could be with long term. For one, if the universe tells you, if all the signs lead you to him or her,
Mm.
okay? If the feeling is mutual, if the
Yes.
connection is immense, out of this world, surreal, yung parang nararamdaman mo hindi ka na
Totoong-totoo siya.
mabubuhay without that
Mm.
person. That is the romantic point of view. Okay? The universe, the signs, alam mo lahat, everything is conspiring for the both of you,
Oo,
for your
totoo.
love for each other to blossom.
My heart.
Okay? That's the romantic point of view. Now, here is the realistic point of view. No matter how the universe conspires, no
Mm.
matter how the signs lead you to this person, okay, and no matter how deep or unrealistic or surreal out of this world your connection is with one another, if you
It
do
will
not
always
have
be.
the same goals in life, it will never be long term.
Mm.
If
Totoo.
you do not have the mutual plans and mutual goals in life, it will never be long term. What am I saying
Mm-mm.
here? For example, ikaw, Al, your long-term plans in that relationship is marriage. While your partner, his long-term plan is just to be in a relationship with you. Not a commitment, not marriage, just boyfriend and girlfriend because his priorities would be probably his career.
Mhm.
If you're eyeing marriage and your person is still looking at his career, you are
Mm-mm.
not going through the same path anymore.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You're not on the same page.
Yes, you're not on the same page. So even if you love each other, even if the connection is immense,
Mm-mm.
if you don't have the same long-term goals, the same track, the same plans for your relationship, I don't think it will be the right person for the long term that you want.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Okay, that's the realistic answer I could give you. It is the right person for a long-term relationship if you have the same goals in the relationship. Okay, so those are the 2 points of view that you have to consider, or point of views that you have to consider: the romantic one and then the
And the
realistic.
realistic one.
Kasi 'di ba, whether we like it or not, minsan mahal na mahal natin yung isa't isa pero magkaiba tayo ng gustong landas.
Mm-mm.
Saan natin dadalhin ang relasyon kung hindi pareho yung gusto nating puntahan?
Pinagtagpo,
Mm-mm.
ngunit hindi.
Pero hindi tinadhana.
Tinadhana, ayan. So malalaman mong yun na yung taong makakasama mo long term kung ang universe sinasabing siya na and at the same time pareho na kayo ng gustong landas na puntahan at pareho kayong
Oo.
committed sa landas na yun.
Oh, totoo yan. Sorry, masaya lang. Masaya, masaya, masaya. Masaya lang bigla
Gusto,
akong
gusto ko kasi comments ni Miss Kim. Parang, true!
true,
Oo!
true,
Totoo yan!
oo, winner,
True!
ganun. Pero totoo,
Alam
totoo
niyo
talaga
po,
yan, Miss Kat.
sa mga manonood natin, kung papaano niyo po kami nakikita ngayon, parang nasa sala lang po kami. Ganyan din po kami kagulo magkwentuhan, magkakaibigan.
Ay, Diyos ko, Lord.
Normal po namin to. Ay, actually,
Oo.
hindi. Nasa first degree pa lang po kami
Oo,
niyan nito.
first degree
Ah,
Kalmado
pa
pa po
lang.
kami nito.
First
kalmadong
degree burn.
usapan to.
First degree burn.
Mm.
Oo.
Kalmado
So
kami nito.
Mm-mm.
so
Pero
ayun,
after nito, yan, yung ibang usapan na after nito.
Mm-mm.
so kay
Anyways,
Al,
Ma'am Vin.
yun yung sagot namin, 'no? Kung
Oo.
papaano mo ba masasabi na yung taong yun for the long term na, okey?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Wag lang puro emosyon, tignan mo rin yung plano ninyong dalawa sa buhay at sa
Mm-mm.
relasyon na meron kayo. Kapag
Kasi
pareho
hindi
na
ka
kayo
lang,
ng
oo,
gustong puntahan, go.
hindi ka lang mabubuhay sa love.
Oo,
Hindi lang
totoo din
love
yun.
'yun, oo.
Yes,
Madaming
ayun.
madaming kailangan asikasuhin para mag-work yung relasyon, hindi lang dahil mahal mo siya magwo-work na kayo, hindi gano'n 'yun.
Oo, ayun.
Mm,
Kaya nga maraming relasyon ang nasisira kasi kahit attracted sila sa isa't isa, kahit mahal nila yung isa't isa,
mm,
hindi sila pareho ng gustong puntahan sa relasyon. Yung
hmm,
isa gusto niya chill muna, yung isa gusto na pala magpakasal. So,
mm,
alam mo yun, hindi mo naman puwedeng
hmm,
puwersahin yung isa na gustuhin yung gusto mong mangyari.
hindi puwede
So,
'yun.
yun.
Yeah. So, yun. Okay? So, ayan,
Yes,
going back, nasaan na ba tayo? Anong number na ba tayo?
number 7
Eto,
na yata
Ay,
tayo. Give it
ano
time.
tayo?
give it
7 na.
time. Pero bago natin bigyan ng time, maghe-hello lang ako kay Sir Angel Martinez. Nanonood siya ngayon. Hello, sir.
Hi. Hello
Hi,
po.
Tapos,
sir.
kay Sir Edward Benrick Salonga, nanonood
Hi,
din siya.
sir. Oo, si
Hindi
Sir
tayo
Edward
pwedeng
nandiyan siya ulit. Totoo 'yan. Hello, sir.
hindi tayo puwedeng mag-misbehave, mga co-teachers natin
Oo
yung
nga.
mga
Yun
nanonood.
na nga eh. Kailangan
Tapos
mag-behave.
Uy, behave kami.
tapos kay Layrich Robinson, hello dear, nanonood din siya ngayon at kay
Yes,
Julian Gina
sir.
Alagaban, ayan nanonood din siya, kay Ma'am Julie.
Hello.
Ayun, so give it time, jealousy, you have to give it time. Yun nga, I think, this is, self-explanatory na,
Mm,
right? Since
mm.
Yeah.
it's an emotion, it comes and goes, so just acknowledge it. If you have to deal with it as of the moment, deal with it, but it will pass. Give it time. Lalo na kung
Let,
hindi naman gano'n ka-big deal yung reason.
let me highlight what you've said, Ma'am, Miss, nabubulol na ako, nuutol na ako,
Sure,
Ma'am
sure,
V.
sure.
Um, there is the importance of acknowledging emotions. Yan. Let me give emphasis on that. Or kasi the thing that we lack is recognition of the bad emotions that we feel. Ang iniisip lang natin lagi is that, uy, I need to experience sadness, I need to
Mm-mm.
experience comfort, I need to experience a sense of glee, of joy. Doon lang tayo nakabase. Pero dapat we also need to acknowledge the things that are the opposite of those emotions.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Because only by that time we are then capable of recognizing happiness in those emotions.
Yeah.
Yun yung ano yun yung paradox ng emotions natin. You have
Mm-mm.
to understand happiness in the context of sadness and
Oo.
sadness in the context of
Context of
happiness.
happiness. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And acknowledgement of emotions really is, parang your avenue to knowing then what you feel and how to deal with it. Hindi lang yung basta
Mm-mm.
Go.
naramdaman mo siya and then you react,
Yeah.
'di ba?
Mm-mm.
Mas
It,
nagiging rational
it's a
ka
way
when
for
you
you to cope.
acknowledge.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yes, ayan. Saying hello din kay Tita Loretta Ginto. Thank you for joining the live. Ayan. So that's number 7. Miss Kim, anything on number 7?
I think okay na tayo doon sa mga explanations mo. Give it time. So,
Okay.
super, ano na yan, legit na yan.
Super. Yeah,
Yeah.
all right. And
Mm-mm.
also to
Napagdaanan
Miss
na natin
Doris,
yan.
Oo.
uh Miss Doris
Napagdaanan na natin
Binuya
yan.
is also joining us right now. Hello po.
Hello po.
Ayan. Number 8, do not eto, I want to
Oo.
concentrate on this one because this is very important too. Do
Mm-mm.
not
Mm-mm.
blame your partner for another person's actions or behavior. Remember yung
Totoo.
sinabi kanina ni Miss Abril that if you're in
Mm-mm.
the mall and you see that the other person is flirty-flirty with your
Mm-mm.
partner,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
eh, kung wala rin namang ginagawang flirty-flirty yung partner mo
Yung
dun sa
partner
tao,
mo.
huwag ka namang magalit sa partner
Oo,
mo.
totoo.
'Di ba? Eh, hindi naman din niya kasalanan kung flirt siya ng ibang tao. I mean, kung may
Oo.
ginawa siyang pagpa-flirt back, siyempre
Yun,
magre-react ka
doon ka mag-react.
din. Oo. Your take on this?
Paano ba? Don't blame your partner for another person's actions or behavior. Yung pwede mo kausapin yung partner mo, explain mo na hindi ako galit sa'yo, sa kanya ako galit.
Yeah.
Parang, kasi nararamdaman ko na meron eh. Hindi
Ah,
sa'yo, walang problema sa'yo. Walang problema sa'yo, babe. Nandun sa etong tao na to yung problema ko. Gusto ko lang mag-vent out sa'yo. Kasi, alam mo yon hindi ka aabot dun sa level na ikaw yung mga ano dun sa tao. Explain mo sa partner mo na ganito yung nararamdaman mo towards the other person, no? Hindi yung aawayin mo yung partner mo na wala naman ginagawa. Parang ganito lang yan eh. Sabi nila, ewan ko sobrang luma na nito, naalala ko lang, huwag kang tumingin doon sa message nung girl. Tingnan mo yung sent items. Kung paano nag-react yung boyfriend mo doon sa
ah,
sinend na message sa'yo. Yung ganun ba? Oo.
ah. I
Go.
agree. Ay, nag-stock up na si
Oo,
Sir Drew.
nag-stock up si Sir Andrew.
Ay, sorry.
Are you
Yeah.
ayun.
I'm there. Yeah. And sa akin lang naman, it's more of, I think it really boils down to communication once again. Like, you
Yeah.
really
Yun
have to
ang
talk it
ano
out.
ulit. Oo.
That you really need to understand where the both of you are coming from, and that
Mm.
interrogating your partner about these kinds of issues will not make things
Wouldn't
better.
help. Oo.
Yeah,
Mm.
it would likely make the level of jealousy higher than fixing it. So
Mm.
instead of blaming, then to do the
Talk it
previous steps that
out. Oo. Mm.
we've talked about. Try to
Discuss.
ground yourself. Try to think. Try to understand what is the source, and if it's to communicate with each other, then communicate with each other.
Mm.
Yes. Definitely. Yep. So that's number 8. Don't blame your partner for another person's actions or behavior. Until your partner does something in return, you have really no right or you are in no position to react.
Mhm.
Okay? Kasi ang hirap naman kasing maging judgmental tayo agad just because we felt jealous. Okay?
Mhm.
So yeah, kalma lang din, going back. Kalma, talk it out, okay? And then like what I always say, if your partner does not give off naman the feeling na he's reciprocating what is being done towards
Mm.
him or her,
Mm. Mm.
there's really nothing to be worried about.
Mm.
Chill. Yan. Hashtag chill. Okay.
I think
Ayan.
yun yung C natin, no? Kahit di
Yung
siya,
chill, oo.
oo.
Yung C
Ano
lagi
yung
hintay
una?
natin yung chill.
Communicate,
Communicate,
Communication,
compromise,
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 and
chill.
chill.
yeah, the three C's of jealousy.
The three C's of jealousy. Yes.
Yeah. Quick hello lang to Andrew Lumabon. Ayan, my cutie is watching right now. Hello, why are you still up?
You are still off.
Ayan, so
Is that,
number
yun,
9. I'm
yun ba
sorry,
yung
go ahead.
ano? Yun ba yung young, nephew mo ba yan?
Which one?
Yung grenade mo? Yan ba yung dati? Basta yung dati.
Oh, no, 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 no. It's a different
Ah,
it's a different one.
ah, okay.
Yep, yep. Okay, we are on the last one. Sabi niya, #chillax. Ayan.
Chillax.
Let, let's put that on the screen. Ayan. That's one of the C's. Okay. The number or the last one. I think this is also important to raise in this
Mm-mm.
discussion. Kasi when we tend to get jealous, we become hateful monsters. You know,
Mm-mm.
I hate you. I hate that girl. I hate that guy because that girl is better than me. That guy is better looking. We become too hateful. And I think
Mm-mm.
it's important that we wrap it up, the tips on this item. Don't hate on other women or men if they show attraction to your partner.
Mm-mm. Wag. Never.
Okay. And even if they become flirtatious and whatnot, as much as I know this is so difficult, you know,
Mm-mm.
I, I honestly, I cannot walk the talk. How can I even tell myself don't hate the person who's trying to steal your man, right? But
Oo.
but here's the thing. There's really no point in hating the other women or woman or man
Mm-mm.
kasi what for?
Parang ano yan, Miss V, parang curve blade yan.
Uh-huh.
Hindi siya yung namomroblema, hindi siya yung nasasaktan. Ikaw yung gumagawa
Yes.
nung ikasasama ng loob mo eh. Kaya do not hate on other women or men. Kung
Oo.
sila nakakatulog ng gabi tas ikaw hindi kasi nagagalit ka sa kanila, naiinis ka sa kanila. Bigyan
Oo.
mo ng peace yung sarili mo. Bigyan mo ng chance na huminga yung sarili mo sa mga bagay na dapat na hindi mo naman binibigyan ng at hindi mo pinag-aaksayan ng oras. Ayun, mga
Mhm.
gano'n.
Yeah.
I would
And also
definitely
there's
agree with
I
that,
sorry,
actually. Yeah, I
go
would
ahead.
definitely agree with that. Um,
Mm,
especially when being this is getting out of hand,
mhm,
you're somehow you're not showing love anymore to your partner. You're
mm.
actually revealing your own insecurity.
Insecurities. Yes.
Insecurities,
Yeah.
oo.
Eh, in the dynamic of jealousy, there's actually more self-love than love in jealousy.
Mm.
You have to
Yes.
recognize that hindi nawawala yung pagmamahal mo sa sarili mo kahit na alam mong kayo. Hindi nawawala.
Oo. Oo.
Okay?
Mm. And also there's the concept of slut shaming. Like for example, yung babae nilalandi. No, sorry for the term, but it's already
Oo.
9:19, so I think I can use that
Mm.
term now. Not a lot of kids are watching anymore. Um
Mm.
for example, malandi yung babae or nilalandi niya yung partner mo or yung guy yung malandi at nilalandi ka niya,
Mm.
whatever your situation is, no? Let's not slut shame. Like yung ang
Mm.
landi-landi mo, may boyfriend na yung tao. Um,
Mm.
Hindi rin kasi natin maintindihan baka meron ding dynamics yung taong yun na hindi niya pa natatanggap sa sarili niya kaya nagagawa niyang mang-agaw or nagagawa niyang makisawsaw sa relasyon ng iba.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, parang you just have to put yourself in the shoes of others. Especially babae sa babae. Kung merong nanlalandi sa partner mo, I'm not saying na maging mabait ka dun sa nanlalandi. It's just that try to understand din from where that person is coming. Baka naman meron din siyang mga problema
Mm.
sa buhay kaya siya gano'n
Mm.
makipag-deal sa ibang tao, lalo na sa mga taong nasa relasyon. So, you don't really have to hate on other women or men, no to slut shaming. Siguro if persistent yung tao, like hindi niya makuha, medyo dense, na, "Uy miss, may boyfriend na siya," or, "Sir, may girlfriend na 'to," and then very persistent, nag-i-insist pa rin silang pumasok dun sa relationship. Again, we go back to being civil, talk it out.
Alam mo, Miss V, 'no, may mga babae na ganyan, 'no, sorry sa mga babaeng ganito, pero ito lang masasabi ko sa inyo, 'no, bilang kapwa niyo babae, sana meron kayong kahit konting sorry for the word, delikadesa, 'no, sa mga sarili
Mhm.
niyo kasi for one, ito na tayo sa for one, for two, for three, hindi niyo naman binababa yung sarili, hindi lang alam niyo yun, parang hindi niyo lang binababa yung sarili niyo pero binababa niyo rin yung tingin nung mga ibang lalaki sa kapwa niyo babae kasi ganyan yung
Sa mga
ginagawa
babae.
niyo, 'no, sa mga babae.
Yes.
And ang masasabi ko lang din po dito, meron din kasing mga ibang babae na ewan ko bakit nasa-satisfy sila 'pag nakukuha nila yung meron ng sabit. Hindi ko alam anong tawag dun, hindi 'to part ng siguro ng jealousy, pero meron mga gano'n na mas nacha-challenge sila, mas nafi-feed yung ego nila na 'pag nakuha ko 'to ay napakaganda ko. Ewan ko,
Mhm.
may mga gano'ng babae at sana sa mga babae na gano'n, ano din, umayos kayo 'no? Change is constant mga friends and lovies 'no? Alamin lang natin kung saan natin ipoposisyon, ipupuwesto yung mga sarili natin. Kasi kahit sa sarili mong bahay meron kang
Ayun,
gano'n.
medyo ayun,
Mm,
oo. In connection to that, I just want to
mm,
emphasize this too. As women or even as men,
mm,
we
mm,
shouldn't really distract each other.
mm,
We have to
mm.
help each other build each other.
Yeah,
Kumbaga babae ka, nakita mong may boyfriend na yung I mean, may girlfriend na
oo.
yung lalaki, respetuhin mo yung babae,
Respeto
kapwa mo
naman, oo.
babae,
Respeto naman, oo.
ba? So, wag mo nang i-flirt, wag mo nang i-try or wag ka nang mag-attempt na, mag-meddle sa relationship kasi babae din yun. Kung ikaw din yung nasa sitwasyon niya, hindi mo rin
Mararamdaman mo, 'di
magugustuhan.
ba? Oo.
Na may ibang babaeng nangfi-flirt sa karelasyon niya. And regarding dun sa sinabi mong hindi mo maintindihan kung bakit may mga babaeng walang delikadesa and they keep on insisting, getting into relationships or sa mga taong nasa relasyon na, I saw this video on TikTok and it's very powerful. Alam mo yung ano ngayon, yung fad na, "I can take a man if I want to,
So, oo,
but
oo.
for you, I don't want to." Okay, meron siyang sinagot niya actually, I forgot the
Oo.
name of the person pero sinagot niya, sabi niya, "Honey, if you will
Oo,
take
if
my
you will
man
alam ko 'yan.
and you
Ginaya
can,
ko 'yan, eh.
oo,
Oo,
sa'yo na. But
oo.
remember, napasa'yo siya not because you are better than me, but just because you
Oo,
are easy."
oo.
Yun yung sinabi niya.
Totoo.
So,
Mm.
girls, hindi rin naman ibig sabihin na pinatulan ka ng isang taong nasa relasyon niya na, mas better ka na dun sa iniwan niya. It just means na ikaw yung available or ikaw yung at that moment
Easy.
easy
Easy
for him.
catch.
Yeah, easy
At
catch.
saka naalala ko lang sa ginawa ko dun sa vlog ko, sabi ko nga sa lahat ng mga babae na na huwag kayong matuwa na 'pag naging kayo nung partner mo ngayon, eh, yung dati niyang partner 'no, dahil sa'yo, huwag kang matuwa. Kasi ang mangyayari puwede niyang gawin sa'yo yun. Kasi ganun naging kayo, eh, sa maling simula, yung
Mhm.
gano'n. So there.
Yeah. So instead of hating really each other, whether we
Mm,
be men or women, what's important is we build and respect each other. 'Pag alam
true.
nating nasa relasyon na yung tao, 'wag na nating i-flirt para yung selos hindi na rin siya nagaganap.
Social
Ayan.
distancing, hashtag
Oo.
social distancing.
Sabi dito ni John Espera, nandito pa rin pala siya, kasama pa rin natin siya kahit medyo
Oo.
gabi
Ayaw
na.
nga. Yeah.
Oo. Parang kami din sa mga lalaki nagkakasundo kami, pero magkakakompetensya pagdating sa babae. Oo,
Well,
yung ego, eh, 'no?
I think we
Mm,
established that earlier on kasi we have this kind of tendency with
mm,
or men have this kind of tendency of exhibiting their ano their jealous emotions or their jealousy basically. So talagang there's a sense of competent of talagang they're aiming at something. Pero yun nga,
mm,
ang drawback is that you're aiming at something with what you're looking at what's beyond that.
Mhm,
Yun yung difference kasi.
mm,
Ang importante kasi if you are quote unquote I know it's a wrong to say this to compete with each other it should not look as a competition. Uh, sa akin lang to kasi I don't consider women as a trophy. They should
mhm.
never
oo,
be a trophy.
Yeah.
Ano yan parang once na nakuha mo na parang I got it. No,
oo,
your love is a celebration between you, both of you.
mm.
So there's nothing to prove anyone. You don't need validation of anybody else. Just
Mm,
just just to recognize your relationship.
mm,
Yeah,
Okay?
ayun. So, yeah, that's number 9 basically. Even if we feel jealous because of the opposite sex, or other people trying to invade our relationships, as much
mm,
as possible, we don't really hate on other people, women or men, because we have to build each other. I think that's the culture that we have to change,
Mm-mm.
no?
Actually,
Coming
yeah.
from, 'di ba, yung parang kapag merong nang flirt sa boyfriend mo, kaaway mo na. Or, the mentality na ikaw tong nang flirt, maninira ka ng relasyon. Dapat it's the mutual respect that you have for your co-women or co-men. Okay? We have to build each other so that no relationship will ever get wrecked because of jealousy. I think that's
I think,
important.
yeah. I think what we're trying to establish here is how it's nice that how our discussion evolved. Now we started with this understanding of jealousy as a preserving rewarding act, but at the end of it becomes obsessive when it becomes uncontrollable. It becomes
Mhm.
destructive for both you and your partner, and even the other person that is
Mm-mm.
in between the relationship. So
Yeah.
ganyan natin siya nakikita. Okay,
Mm-mm.
so it's beautiful how all of this is unraveling in our simple discussion.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And I think if you've been, I mean, the viewers, if you've been watching from the very beginning until now, what we're really
Mm-mm.
trying to tell you here about jealousy is that apart from it being scientific and not just emotional,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
it's manageable.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
It is manageable. It is controllable. And, you have the power to direct it whether it be beneficial to your relationship or it will be destructive. Okay? Kasi nasanay na lang tayo na kapag sinabi nating selos, selos, selosa, seloso, laging panira sa relasyon or laging
Mm-mm.
masama ang kapupuntahan. But,
Mm-mm.
based on our discussion, there's really another way to look at it and, you navigate it in such a way that it will be beneficial to you as a person and
Mm-mm.
to your relationship.
Okay.
Diba?
And often we
Ang
overlook jealousy kasi parang, uy, sige, hinahayaan lang natin siya Parang,
Mm-mm.
sige, let's have this kind of situation. And the next day, parang walang nangyari.
Mm-mm.
mhm,
And that's something that we need to somehow build in ourselves or try to rebuild in ourselves
yeah.
to address these kinds of issues. As simple as it is, it's more complicated as it seems.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I know. Ayan. A quick hello lang to Ma'am Ken Relor Kaza. Hello, Ma'am
Hi,
Ken.
Ma'am
Thank you for joining the
Ken.
live. Yeah, she's watching us. And also, Ma'am Aileen Ray. Ayan. She's also joining us right now. So ayun, if you have just joined us po, actually we're on the end tail of the discussion already. We've discussed, I think, 9 tips on how we may
Mm-mm.
address jealousy. And prior to the tips, we've talked about all different aspects and dynamics of jealousy,
Mm-mm.
from
Jealousy.
being normal to abnormal, psychotic, abusive, and whatnot. And yeah, it's really a fruitful discussion with you both. Any final words or wrap up regarding jealousy? Kasi, hello Jov21, ayan, people are adding up right now. Wala masyadong sumagot dun sa challenge ni Sir Drew, kung ano ba
Oo
talaga yung
nga.
cure, yeah. So dun po sa mga kakasali lang, we're not about to end naman immediately. We can wait for your responses po pa naman. What do you think is the
Yeah.
best cure for jealousy? We're still open
Mm-mm.
for that, and like what I said, the best response will, get free load. It's not much, but it will be helpful for sure. So yan, we'll wait for the responses. But in our case, let's answer that question. What do we think is the best cure for jealousy? Among all the things that we talked about already.
Siguro ko, pinaka-ano lang dito is you trust your partner. Lagi lang dapat may trust. At huwag mong ipaparamdam sa partner mo na hindi ka nagtitiwala sa kanya, pero yung sinasabi mo nagtitiwala ka sa kanya. Hindi pwede yung gano'n na sinabi mo pero yung gawa mo, hindi siya balanse dun sa sinasabi mong nagtitiwala ako sa'yo. Magkakagulo kayo dun at dun na magsisimula yung away, yung pagsiselos at lahat na hanggang sa maghiwalay kayo dahil sa maling akala, sa maling hinala. So, pinaka-importante dito yung communication, yung trust, and of course, yung ipaparamdam mo sa partner mo na kahit anong mangyari, babe, kahit anong mangyari, love, hindi mo kailangang ilagay yung sarili mo sa posisyon na kung saan masasaktan ka kasi ako hinding-hindi kita sasaktan. At ibigay mo sa kanya yung satisfaction na kahit anong mangyari, hindi ako titingin sa iba at ikaw lang. Yung bigyan mo ng reassurance yung partner mo araw-araw. I-remind mo sa kanya na yung love na ibibigay ko sa'yo, hindi siya yung love na ganito lang. Alam mo yon, yung parang you have to bigyan mo ng assurance yung partner mo. Kung gusto mo, bigyan mo na rin ng insurance, no? Hindi, yun nga. Bigyan mo ng assurance yung partner mo na kahit anong mangyari, hindi tayo pupunta dun sa point na kailangan mong masira yung tiwala mo sa akin. Ingatan mo yung trust na binigay sa'yo ng partner mo. Ayun, yun lang naman yung masasabi ko. All in all,
That
kasi
was
na-explain na natin
beautiful.
lahat. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
That was so
Wow,
beautiful.
that's nice. Yeah. Sir Drew, ikaw, what's the best cure for jealousy?
To answer my own challenge,
Because you asked it, you
Oo.
answer it.
Mm-mm.
to answer my own challenge, well, basically there are instant jealousy. Yeah. There is no common means that we could establish a way to
Mm-mm.
address it,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
but we can work on it. Nagkaroon akong realization doon sa yung na-share ni Miss Abril na
Mm-mm.
um, she mentioned something about even though Chapish I wasn't able to grasp everything, but she was able to open up those who are weak. And then
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
it struck me the most kasi parang um, there is you're capable of trying to work on yourself.
Oo,
I think I
totoo.
mentioned a while ago, in the dynamics of jealousy there is more of it is on self-love than just love.
Mm-mm.
So both of you can really work yourself better to change
Mhm.
and compromise as needed.
Mhm.
Kasi both of you will benefit on the changes that you will undergo. Kasi you're for it together. Yun kasi importante dyan. Whether you are in a romantic relationship with your best friend or with your family, you're all together in conquering certain
Mm.
hurdles or impediments. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
if you feel that you are not enough, if you feel that you are insecure or incapable, that's not the end point of that.
Mhm.
There's a way for on yourself to make yourself
Mhm.
better. Okay?
Mhm.
Para
Mhm.
ma-build mo yung confidence mo and eventually to build the relationship further to make it stronger.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful as well. Beautiful
Yeah.
insight
Beautiful,
and
beautiful.
wrap up
Mhm.
as
True.
always from Miss Kim and Sir Drew. Now, just a quick hello to Jasmine Sumang Palmaria who just joined the live. Ayan. Well, ako naman, ang dami na nating napag-usapan, no? We've heard different insights already from this and that point of view. Eto na lang. How do we really cure jealousy? For one, it's not an illness. Okay? It's really not something that we must cure because, for
Cure.
one, we have already established that it is genetic, it's natural, everybody experiences it, right? But here's the thing, what I want our viewers to understand is this: you cannot control other people's behavior,
Mhm.
okay? You cannot also control the behavior of your partner.
Mhm.
You may try to communicate how you want him
Mm.
to behave or how you want her to behave, but at
Mhm.
the end of the day, that's their call. Okay? We are no in position or right, whether we're husbands, wives, boyfriends, and girlfriends, to manipulate our partners to our liking. This is how
Mhm.
you behave because this is what pleases me. That's not how relationships are, right?
Mm.
But the thing that you control here is your own behavior.
Mhm.
Okay? How you handle your emotions. And yes, I was also struck by what Miss Abril said. What about the weak ones? What
Mm.
about those who struggle in,
Mm.
managing their emotions? I know it is easier said than done, but
Tandaan.
trust me when I say we've been there.
Mm.
Okay. And here's my take too. Um, Insecurity happens when there is lack in maturity. Okay. When you're young, it's easier to be insecure because you're still trying to build yourself.
Mhm.
Okay. You still lack a lot of things. So you see your faults, you see your ano ba tawag dito, yung kakulangan mo,
Mm-mm.
the lacks, your lacks in other people. Yung mga meron nila, yun yung nakikita mong wala ka.
Mm-mm.
Because you are still young, you're still building yourself. You're still
Mm-mm.
trying to have a grasp of your maturity, your emotional maturity, your mental maturity, physical maturity, spiritual maturity. So nakikita mong mas maganda siya sa'yo, mas well-proportioned yung katawan niya sa'yo because you haven't achieved that yet. Or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. But once you get to a point wherein you reach maturity in all levels or in all
Mm-hmm.
aspects, the insecurities that you had while you were growing up, mawawala yan gradually. And then you'll figure out who you are, what you are. And once you know what you are and who you are, and you go into a relationship, it's easier not to be jealous. I'm not saying you will no longer feel jealous, but it is easier to feel not jealous because now your foundation as a person are much solid.
Mm-mm.
Ay, ako yun lang yung take ko. But I mean, to answer the question, that is the cure. Really. It's to go through mental, physical, emotional maturity para ma-overcome natin yung insecurities natin so that we will be able to handle jealousy much properly.
Parang self-actualization, no?
Yes,
More
parang
ganyan,
gano'n
diba?
siya.
Mm-mm.
Oo. Ako gano'n yung take ko do'n. Kasi
Mm-mm.
like I said, I don't wanna be too personal about it, but I've been there. If there's somebody
Mm-mm.
who's jealous, sabi nga
Everyone.
ni Miss
Mm-mm.
Abril, I'm number one, probably I'm 0.01.
Mm.
Alam mo yun?
Ah.
I was really an insecure person. Imagine, mataba ka, hindi ka
Mm-mm.
kaputian, you're
Oo.
trying to prove yourself. Hindi ka gano'n katalino, okay? Walang attracted sa'yo kung hindi mo na lang ibibigay yung sarili mo sa market, walang, kukuha sa'yong lalaki. So, all those insecurities now that I've grown, now that I've matured, nagsisisi ako, ba't ako nagselos? Because now I know my worth.
Oo.
'Cause now you know your
Totoo.
worth. Na kung
Mm-mm.
pagpapalit ka ng taong 'to, yung partner mo, well,
Mm-mm.
you'll be hurt, but then at the end of the day, you'll tell yourself, "Not my loss, babe, not my loss."
Mm-mm. Hindi kawalan. Totoo.
'Di ba? 'Cause you know your
Mm-mm.
worth now, you know who you are now, and you
Mm-mm.
are contented
Mm-mm.
na kahit may maganda siyang makita, may gwapo siyang makasalamuha, ikaw mismo sure ka sa sarili mo,
Kilala
"I'm
mo yung
good,
sarili mo. Mm-mm.
I'm good."
All good. All good. Mm.
You do me something bad, mag-cheat ka sa'kin, your problem, not mine.
Not mine.
To
That's
that
true.
effect.
Mm-mm.
So, dun sa mga weak hearts, emotionally weak na madaling magselos, I know it's easier said than done, but it's a conscious effort to reach a level of
Mm-mm.
maturity. Really. Trust me, you'll get there. You'll get
Mm-mm.
there. So ayun, ang dami ko sinabi 'no, hindi pa ako nagsawa sa mga pinagsasabi ko kanina.
But no, it was beautiful. It's a very
Oo.
nice touch
Mm-mm.
to
Totoo.
end our discussion. We ended
Mm-mm.
it in a way to highlight the importance of worth,
Yes.
of each other's worth. Yun yung
Oo.
isang ma-imprint sa ating lahat.
Mm-mm.
Oo. Ayan, medyo mai-segue ko lang, hello kay Charles Cabrera, ayan, humabol siya sa ating live stream, ayan.
Hello, Charles.
Oo. Pero 'di ba, aside from us trying to help out yung ibang tao na nakaka-relate sa topic natin, kahit tayong mga ano na, host
Mm.
ng show,
Totoo.
nagiging reflective din siya sa atin
Oo
actually.
naman, ang dami ko na-realize, sobra nakakadagdag yan sa pagiging ano ko, reasonable kong
Selosa?
tao. Uy! Hindi ako selosa, bes.
Oo, hindi ka, siyempre hindi ka. Sino nagsabing selosa ka? Sino
Si
nagsabi?
Andrew, yung tawa niya, parang may sinasabi.
No, really,
Oo,
seriously though,
totoo.
dun po sa mga nanood sa'min, sabi ko nga po palagi, we are not experts, we don't have the authority
Mm,
to impose on you what to believe in and how to
mm.
fix your own problems. But I hope our point of view or our, opinions sort of give you, I don't know,
So
clarity,
mm,
'no?
mm.
Lalong-lalo na dun sa mga nasa sitwasyon na pagseselos at yung
Oo,
extreme jealousy, Diyos ko
oo,
Lord.
totoo.
Oo, kalma lang kayo guys, kalma. Lalo na kung wala namang ginagawa yung partner niyo. Pero siyempre if
Mm.
may infidelity na, may domestic abuse na, ibang usapan na po yun.
Mm.
Oo, yung
Ayun,
selos ni Bea.
Miss V, sobrang thank you sa topic na 'to 'no. Hindi lang para sa akin, sa inyo, sa mga nanonood, pero 'pag napanood pa nila yung mga hindi pa nakapanood, try niyong panoorin yung buong session na 'to. Madami kayong matututunan. Hindi 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 niyo 'to makukuha kahit saan. I mean,
Wow!
hindi totoo kasi iba-iba tayo ng take pagdating sa jealousy, eh. So,
Oo.
kaming tatlo na nagbigay ng mga perspective namin about jealousy, 'no, masasabi ko lang na panoorin niyo yung buong live session kung hindi niyo pa napanood. Kasi I can say na hindi lang puro aral yung makukuha niyo, pero alam niyo yun, maa-apply niyo talaga sa in real life. So there, thank you so much Miss V for this opportunity.
Ay,
Sobrang
ako
thank you for
dapat ang
inviting
mag-thank
me.
you.
Oo. Thank you sa mga insights ni Miss V and ni Sir Drew. Sobrang nakatulong din siya, hindi lang po sa mga nanonood, pero para sa akin na rin personally. So, thank you so much, guys.
Oo.
Kailan
Ako
ka ba
naman as
kailan ka ba
always.
sa amin, ha?
Hano? Hano?
Kailan ka ba hindi natuto sa amin, ha?
Natutuwa ko sa inyo. Sa inyo ako lumaki.
Oo.
Ako yung bunso nyo ako.
Adopted
Kayo yung
child.
nag-train sa akin. Thank you so much.
Uy,
Oo.
pero ang proud ko narinig yung mga realization mo, ha? As in
Thank you
talagang,
so
oh my
much.
God! Yung lahat ng effort namin.
Totoo. Kasi
Oo.
tsaka pag nasa tamang tao na ako, alam nyo na. Thank you so much.
Oo.
Thank you, Lord. Ganun.
Hindi kasi si Miss Kim, yun ang bunso ng ng barkada. So, lahat ng mga
Yeah.
pinagdaanan namin sa buhay, sa kanya namin binabato para mag-mature din siya sa buhay and sa
Oo.
relationship.
Nakatulong sila ng sobra, sobrang laking ng contribution nila sa pagiging ako. Oo, in all
Wow.
aspects. Oo. Thank
Ayan,
you.
very quickly lang, maghe-hello din
Oo.
ako kay Dawi Pascual UC. Ayan, humabol din siya sa live. Ayun, so nag-wrap up na tayo. Sana nga po may natutunan kayo sa conversation at sa kulitan natin ngayong Monday evening.
Mm.
And bago po kami
Good
goodbye,
Goodbye.
vibes. Oo.
Miss Kim, invite them to subscribe to your YouTube channel.
Yeah, hello po mga ka-lobbies. So, invite ko po kayo na mag-subscribe din kayo sa aking YouTube channel na Anything with Miss Kim. Kung gusto niyo po ng walang dead air, G lang, subscribe na, wag mahiya. At pwede niyo rin pong i-like at i-follow ang page ko sa Facebook, Soy Diaries. Marami pong quotes na katuwa doon na pampagood vibes din. So, thank you again and I love you all. Ayun, thank you.
Sir Drew, any shoutouts po? Mga
Sa akin,
plugging.
wala akong plug. On the works pa lang yung plugging ko soon. Pero for everyone, please stay safe. Always wear your masks. Always remember your worth. And
Mm.
um, always be happy regardless of what we
Yes.
are facing right
Yes,
now.
yes, yes.
Yes, ayan. So, quick hello lang, kay Miss Ann Lagman. Ayan, kaka-join lang niya sa live. Oo, marami pang dumadagdag sa live, eh. Parang paborito talaga nila yung pa-10 o'clock kaso nag-start kasi tayo
Oo
sa
nga eh.
Oo, yung mga
Alam din niyo
Parang
may
ito yung
time
pag-uusap.
dati.
nag-start tayo,
Oo.
mga 8 na, ganyan, 8:30.
Oo.
So, ayan. Anyway, mga ka-anything ni Miss Kim, lovies, kung hindi pa po kayo naka-subscribe din sa channel ko, please do subscribe to Learn with V. It's on YouTube. And since it's August, it's our birthday month, Miss Kim and my
Yes.
birthday. Ayan.
It's our birth month.
Ako po ay merong birthday promo. It will run until August 30, 2020. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. Tapos, pili kayo ng pinakapaborito nyong video sa mga naka-upload niya. I-like niyo yung video na yon and then comment kung paano kayo natulungan nung lesson na yon, yung video na pinili ninyo. And then ask your friends to like your comment. The most or the like with the most comments, siya po ang mananalo. I will be choosing 3 grand winners at magbibigay po ako ng grocery items.
Wow.
Alam ko po hindi yun gano'n kalakihan pero sa panahon ng pandemya, siguro naman po malaking tulong na po yun sa atin.
Mhm.
And if hindi po kayo taga Pampanga or malayo po yung lugar ninyo pero you join the competition, the prize is convertible to cash. Kasi po mahirap pong i-transport ang
Pwede po
grocery.
ba kaming sumali dyan, Miss V? Kami ni Drew, pwedeng
Puwedeng-puwede po,
sumali.
ma'am sir. Puwedeng-puwede
Yes,
po.
may
Ayan.
pa-grocery si Mayor.
Oo, tatlo po yung pipiliin kong winner. And meron din po
Mm-mm.
akong sponsor dito, tutulungan din po niya tayo para sa mga, apart from the grocery items, magbibigay din po yung sponsor ko ng libreng load sabi ko nga po hindi gano'n kalakihan pero sobrang malaking tulong na rin kasi lalong-lalo na ngayon hindi natin nakakasama yung mga pamilya at kaibigan natin. So, kailangan na kailangan natin ng communication. So, ayun
Yes.
po, just go to my channel, subscribe, choose a video, click like, comment how it helped you, tapos paramihan po ng likes and I will choose 3 people. It will run until August 30, 2020. August 31 po, i-announce ko po yung winners. Ayan.
Yes.
Ito po yung paraan ko ng pagte-thank you sa inyo kasi wala lang, na-o-overwhelm lang ako kasi kahit hindi pa umaabot sa quota yung subscribers at yung watch hours, alam mo yan, Miss Kim, parang
Mm-mm.
'pag nakaka-receive ka ng support at saka yung feedback from people,
Sobra, sobrang saya.
ang saya sa pakiramdam, especially when they tell you that your videos are helping them in one way or another.
Yes. Oo, totoo yan.
Very rewarding
Ayun.
and yeah, that's my way of celebrating my birthday, trying to give
Mm-mm.
back to people. Ayun
Mm-mm.
po, Stacy Araneta just joined the live. Hello, my dear. Thank you. Ayan, so again ha, Miss Kim, Sir Drew, I don't know how
Mm-mm.
else to say thank you to you. Every time na ini-invite ko kayo, always game kayo. I know you're busy. You will be busier starting this week. And I hope we could do this some other time again, no?
Yes, no
Oo
problem.
naman, oo
Basta
naman.
ikaw, basta ikaw.
Thank you to our viewers. And also, yung pong mga iba naming kaibigan na gustong makisali sa live namin at kung meron kayong mga suggested topics, please feel free to DM me. Gagawan po natin ng paraan yan. Every Monday, Ask V, it's a segment of Learn with V. All right. So I guess that's the end of our live stream. I hope you learned a thing or two, and we'll see you again on another episode of Ask V from the Learn V or Learn with V sa YouTube po. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much, Miss Kim, Sir Drew.
You're welcome and thank you all.
Welcome,
Bye.
Bye.
Stay
Good night,
everyone.
blessed.
everyone.
Bye.
Mwah. Take care.